Who's stressed? We're not stressed.
Nope.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Shikar, our D&D 5th edition campaign. I'm so excited to get into it and have some fun with all of y'all today. I apologize for the late start. We were fighting our technology because although it has been the same technology since episode 1, sometimes it just doesn't cooperate with us. But we are here now. We're so excited to get the show on the road.
Kind of jacked. Sorry, I was muted.
Do you just check yourself out?
Let me have this.
I go for it. What?
Sorry, I was like trying to fix I don't like that my hair is in my face today. So yeah, let's go around and get some intros while I redo my hair. Take it away, Xander.
Oh, I'm Xander Jeanneret, and I'm going to be playing Scorpio, your half-elf monk who has a passenger along for the ride on the inside.
I love
I
it.
wasn't looking, so I didn't see you pointing. You just sounded really bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Balvin.
I'm Balvin. I'm a half-orc fighter that got bit on his ass last episode, and it's probably going to die today, to be honest. But thinking positive, he's not going to die, and we're going to ride off on our wolves happily. He's also still fighting fatherhood. He doesn't understand it very well, and it's a lot of things going on that he has to process at once. And being a dad is not what he expected to get into.
Understood. Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games, playing Valym. I'm gonna behave myself today. Not looking at any of you because I know there's gonna be a look. Very excited for this, and I think it's going to work out in an exciting way no matter what.
There wasn't a look. I believe in you.
There were no looks.
I'm still looking at my camera, which means I'm not looking at my screen.
That's
I
fine.
see.
You're not missing anything.
Yes, I am your beautiful faces.
Oh, wow. Flattery.
Speaking of beautiful faces, Josephine, who do you play?
Hi, I play Nim Grimwillow, teenage tiefling bard. Just, set the forest on fire, so...
It was always burning since the world was turning.
Somebody call 911. Nim is burning trees inside the forest. We're bold.
Sorry, I was tweeting out the stream. Thank you all for buying me time.
Why did I say fire burning? I literally could have said
Tweeting. Yep, good.
Tweet. What's that song? The Jitterbug.
Yeah. Oh.
Jitterbug.
Oh. Wait, no, that is
I
not
thought
what
you
I
were
was
thinking of a different song.
Rock that tree up all day long.
Okay. Let's order.
Okay.
Who am I? Handsome.
It's true.
Right.
Sorry, I'm a little bit out of sorts as well because
Great.
we stopped in the middle of combat and I'm
The night
That's
to
right.
do it. I know.
a little stressed about it.
We did our initiative and everything.
Yep.
Oh.
Do you guys want to hear it? I wrote it.
Yes.
Scorpio, and then Nim, Valym, and the enemies are all at the same time, and then Ajax. So Valym first, and then probably enemies, and then Nim if it's like dex based.
I have
But yeah.
Scorpio, Valym, Brown Wolf, Nim, White Wolf, Ajax, Black Wolf.
Oh, the I did not differentiate the enemies.
That is quite all right.
Wolf.
I'm gonna pull my hair back today because we're doing work today.
Hmm.
When we survive this, I would love to see art of all of the characters wearing shirts that says "Which I lived." I'll draw it. It's not going to be good.
Wait. Which what
That's-
lives?
No, like WITCH. I'm not cursing because of the timing.
Is it supposed to be cursed? Cursed. Yeah.
Think of witch with a B.
Yes.
Which
Okay. Yeah.
island?
Yeah. That's what you mean. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
I'm just.
Mhm.
Which
Thank
I
you, Jack.
lived. I got
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time, aim for the head. That
Gotcha.
type of Mayor
I
Appleseed
mean-
moment.
It could be lich. I lived.
Lich. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
This is kind of cute. Sorry for the people on the YouTube video. I just wanted to. My hair's long and I'm not used
I'm
to
not
it.
sorry.
That's
No,
some good
I'm not
murdering.
apologizing either.
That's a good murder look.
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't know. I'm not used to long hair yet. I'm so used to like my
Oh,
short
You
boy
mean
hair.
Us.
Yeah. Yeah. Kill us.
You know what?
Let's go.
I behaved myself one time, and everyone else is a mess.
I was gonna say, I thought we were behaving today. 'Cause-
I'm said let's go.
Because somebody in Twitter said we were demented.
yeah.
Who said that?
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't see that we were demented. Who?
They
Just in the
said,
beginning.
I love how demented this cast is, and then it's just serious D&D.
Okay, let's play some serious D&D.
A little bit of dementation isn't so bad, you know?
No, it's not. But since we started so late, and I feel like it's my
Yes.
fault, I feel like I'm trying to keep us on time.
No, you're
No, I feel like we're
you're
just
fine.
procrastinating because of fear.
Yeah, I'm also trying to calm down. I'm like really stressed today, and I felt like everyone else was. I was like, maybe we should just chill, have a little bit of
Yeah.
levity before we dive into the game. Let's all take a
Jasmine,
deep.
I like
breath.
the way that your cheeks shine. I know this sounds weird, but just putting it out there. You ever say something and remember
Pop and
that
highlight?
everyone is still looking at you and you can't like change the conversation right afterwards?
No, I appreciate that because you know what, Gabe? I've been told my whole life I'm greasy.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, like because I'm not wearing any highlighter on my cheeks. This is just like my face after streaming
Yeah, I'm
for 8
about that.
hours. And yeah, one time a very racist girl said I was a greasy Mexican. So that caught on.
There's a lot wrong there.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot wrong.
And
with
then like
white women,
even when
so-
I stream, people will sometimes be like, "You're so greasy. Like you could like you could fry a egg on your face or whatever." So hearing you say like that's my shine, it's just
it's beautiful.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Fuck this. I just want to kill things. Fuck this. I don't care anymore.
My forehead shine. All right. Like how's that here? They're probably ashy as fuck. Yes, being moisturized is like somehow a bad thing. Like everyone wants like the matte android complexion. I
Well,
think.
now everyone wants glow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Like for a while, it was like the synthetic human with like skin like
Matte,
porcelain.
matte.
Yeah, and now I think it's like the shinier the better
Yeah.
because they make like face oils and stuff now to like try to imitate this. And I'm like, I've got my own. The other day I went into Starbucks and the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your highlighter. What brand is it?" And I said, "Sebum." And it took her like 30 seconds. She was like, "Sebum."
Gross.
You said what?
Sebum.
No, don't. You can stop saying that.
Sebum?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
just,
my
like,
that's my
build up.
pre-med popped out. It's your sebaceous glands produce sebum, which is like the oil that collects on your face.
Yeah.
It's not. This is real, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The way Xander was reacting,
It's just
swore I was.
gross.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
okay.
it's kind of
Never mind. I'm gonna say this in the Twitter chat. I'm not saying that out loud.
Oh man.
That oh man is the perfect segue. Our party stands in a burning forest. Underneath the peak of a mountain towering far above, the smoke and ash fills the air. Your lungs feel hot as you breathe in this toxic fume. And while you feel this like kind of noxiousness flood into your nostrils and start to like mess, like kind of burn your eyes and like mess with your senses. Valym, you start to contemplate on the series of events that have brought you here. You hear a small voice from inside your chest kind of speak out to you, and it's like time slows down. You see this wolf with a familiar look in her eyes in front of you, eyes you almost recognize.
Oh, damn.
You see another wolf with its jaws firmly locked onto Ajax's left ass cheek, with him making a face like,
Oh no.
you hear Scorpio somewhere in the distance with 2 children clinging to him, trying to find a way out of this smoky miasma. And it's like time stops for a minute. And as it does, your familiar speaks to you and says, this is quite a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, it's slightly concerning, actually.
How did we get here?
Well, we woke up after having a delightful time with unexpectedly Sunflower. We played games all night together and then passed out. We had previously, before that, met this delightful little goblin child who then wanted to go see their aunt that was plagued by lycanthropy. And we came to the camp with the child and saw Sunflower and had the lovely night, but then we woke up and Nim was gone. So we started to go out to explore and look for Nim, but saw smoke instead. We charged for the smoke and found this strange group of wolves. And honestly, I swear one of them is the song that I met days ago. The one that gave me the totem, but something's off. I don't know if they're actually listening or if it's just in my head. So now there is an inferno around us. The people I've been looking for have found us. And I'm having a bit of a conflict of how to approach my kinfolk versus my compatriots.
But what about found family? We found each other, and then we found them. So
But
where do
both
our
of them
loyalties
found-
lie?
I mean, both of them found me. I'm not exactly sure. And that's part of my problem.
You see Pilar kind of like drift out of your chest a little bit and sit on your shoulder and like peer into the inferno, which is maybe 80 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, you talked about a child?
Yes, there was a goblin child with Scorpio.
Oh no.
Did the child die?
She's in the lamp.
It's just weird as hell. God, that child is so concerning.
I don't know.
Pilar,
Yeah?
is it wrong to leave them behind?
No. I mean, I left you behind and I came back better. Sometimes the best thing we can do for people is grow.
That makes sense. And there's probably like an an accepting look in his eyes, actually.
So, which way are we going to play it?
Well, I have one more thing to say, and hopefully none of my compatriots are eaten in that time. And if they are, I guess Song's family won't go hungry. Yeah, he's known you for 2 weeks. Shut up.
Pilar says, well, I don't want to go live in the sun god's beard again, so I hope you don't get eaten.
I'll be fine.
I like it down here a little bit better.
Does the sun god have sisters?
Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
You're right. And just like that, you are back in the moment. And all of this sort of contemplation and I guess like looking inward happened in the span of just a few seconds. Because your wisdom score is just that high.
Here. Ajax.
You don't have the right.
Excuse me. LordBalvin.
There it is.
That's better than you.
Okay, so Scorpio, it is your turn.
Oh, is it? Okay. Scorpio has Lulu, this child that that Valym was mentioning in their thoughts, in lamp form. She has entered and is like wrapped around or attached to his waist and is grappling Nim currently.
Yeah, I clutched on you.
Yeah. So his plan of action, he's surrounded by this smoke still because he can't move his limbs in the same way, is just to get out of here and take these kids and leave.
Yeah. So the smoke is still like kind of swirling in between here. You don't have a direct line of sight. This beast, I'm going to pull it out here so the camera can see it, has just kind of like snarled and walked out from, actually I think it was out here, right? Or here, the corner of the map.
I think it was, the corner out of the woods,
you see its tail kind of flick just for a brief second before it's obfuscated by smoke. Scorpio, go ahead and give me a perception check if you can determine a way, or nature if you think you can figure out a way through the fire, through safe passages, because as a warning, for every turn you remain in here, with how long this fire's been blazing, you're going to start taking fire damage. The trees around you are starting to go up in smoke, and that's going to go up by a row every turn, just so chat knows, and just so the players know.
I'm definitely gonna do nature, and then is this would be affected by the -4 for being in the smoke as well?
Yes.
And Jasmine, is this whole layout, is it all woods? Are we in the woods, or is this like right at the edge of the?
No, you're in the woods.
Oh, okay.
You can see a mountain peak above you just because it's so tall. But the place you're in is a very thick, what you can imagine thicket. At one point, there was like a river flowing off to the right of you, but you haven't seen it for some time. You wandered for quite a bit before you found the spot and tried to create a signal.
I would have had an 18 for that nature check, but with the -4, it's a 14.
Okay. You're still able to kind of look at like the way the wind blows. And know which direction is bad and which direction is better. So this next roll will be aided by the fact that you're not going to be going directly into the fire.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a. You're carrying Nim?
Or like as long Nim is cooperating, so it's not against his will. I'm just aiding in.
Yeah, if Scorpio tries to move, Nim will like sort of lift up off the ground,
Okay.
So.
Give me a athletics check.
Happily. Okay, so with my athletics is +4, so I'll just wash, and I rolled a 19 on the die.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you're actually able to lift up Nim. Because you scored well on your nature check, that's going to reduce the chance of you going like, I don't know, you're either going to go towards the wolf or towards your companion. It's going to be a 50-50. Let's see.
I want one more than the other.
Me too.
You move in this direction. How many feet? Can you move?
40.
40. You break out through the other side of the smoke. Carrying
And we
Nim.
just start coughing and hacking it up, and
Oh, yeah.
Scorpio like flings Nim forward and
Mhm.
is just trying to catch his own breath too.
Oh God, does Nib just fall?
Yeah,
Probably.
basically.
Yeah.
And then
You-
it is actually Valym's turn, because that's going to take your whole action since you're carrying Nim.
Copy.
Oh.
Can I?
Sorry, that's my mug, but it has really cute dice on it, so I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
Show it. Yeah.
Right? Look
Good
at,
mug. Oh, look at him.
It's so cute.
With the faces.
look at how happy that D12 is.
So happy.
Anyways,
So cute.
Can I see the fire?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like crawling up the trees that are over in this direction, so directly in front of you. There
How far
is
would
like
you say the trees are?
I'm sorry, what?
How far are the trees?
It's about the same distance Scorpio moved, about 40 feet.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it, that makes some things very concerning. Okay. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna say in Druidic, just kind of shout it. Need to put out the fire. And start moving in the direction of the fire, but I do not disengage.
Okay. So are you going in Valym form?
Yeah, because he turned back from being the wolf earlier.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Because 4 and 5, that's 20. So that's 20. So now you're in the smoke wall. So you're completely obfuscated. There will be 2 op attacks. Oh, I need the sheet for that too.
And so I have to walk into the smoke wall to see the fire?
Actually, if you look above you at this point, the with like the wind and how tall the trees are, you could actually see it above you. If you want to stay out of the smoke, you could do that.
Yeah, I just want to be like closer to it,
Like
within
there.
like 30 feet of it. If I could.
Okay. Yeah. Oh right. I was gonna pull that.
Yes. Pretty bad.
I don't think you've really damaged any of the wolves either.
Nope.
They damaged my
Kind of
ass.
cheese. Is it too late for that?
They damaged my ass. No, that's good to note, because that's actually very interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
I did.
That's an 18 and a dirty 20.
Yeah.
And the first one, I rolled 2 ones. On the first one, it's 4 piercing damage. On the second one, I rolled another one. Oh wait, but then so that's 6 piercing damage.
Yee.
Oh, and make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
This is so bad.
Oh, you don't know what you just did, Jasmine.
Was that 6 total or?
No, it was
No,
10
6 and
total.
4. Yeah,
10
10
total.
total.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is getting scary.
So
I like
quickly,
I'm the
so
DM
quickly.
and I'm scared.
Okay. You said a strength saving throw?
Yeah, just so the chat knows, believe that 1 hit point.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, this
One
is
hit
getting
point.
really scary. You're so lucky I rolled 2 snake eyes on the D4. Oh my
Right?
god.
Oh yeah, extremely lucky. Okay, well that's not working. So that's a 16.
You are not knocked prone. These
Oh.
2 wolves bite at you as you leap over them deftly, landing on the other side. You do see this very large beast kind of coming out of the smoke, but it's off to your left. What do you do?
As so the heat is intense, probably.
Yes.
So there's sweat coming down. And in Druidic, he says, "As I call, let it fall." And he takes a bead of sweat and puts it in his hand and then points up and uses create water to make rain appear that extinguishes flames in a 30-foot radius.
Amazing. 30-foot radius, so that's 5,
Yep.
10, 15.
And I have a 30-foot range of it, which is why I needed to get closer to...
So basically this entire block here. I'm gonna
Yes.
lift it up so we know.
Yep,
We're the
yeah.
Planeteers.
Which is
and
why
you
I-
can be one too.
Which is why I
Same.
couldn't disengage to get to that dang spot. And I had to
Alright.
move to be within range.
Yeah. So all of the smoke here completely kind of like starts to settle as the rain falls down on it, and it kind of like grants some visibility. You smell as like some of the burnt wood kind of like gets soaked with water, and that life-giving rain comes pouring down, extinguishing some of these flames. The inferno is still like going, at least on this over here, but you think you've at least halted its spread, and you've definitely helped undo, or like not undo, but mitigate some of the damage that where it started, or at least at the core of the flame. It is then the wolf that's attacking Ajax. It's that wolf's turn. It does not have advantage because it is by itself. So that's does a 7 hit?
No. Thank God.
Yeah, it doesn't bite you again, but instead just kind of remains attached onto your rear quarters.
God, get off. God, ow.
Double down.
Nim, it is your turn.
Oh my
This is distracting. I'm
god.
gonna move this.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that Nim is on his hands and knees at this point, and he looks up, like after, like Scorpio kind of dropped him and he was coughing, and looks up, sees what's happening, and he just starts crawling on hands and knees towards the closest wolf.
That'll be this one here. Okay.
Yeah, and puts his hands up in front of his face. Please, we're friends. Oh, we didn't mean any harm. Please, we just want to go home. It's not any of their faults. Please, spare them at least. I maybe try to use my feat of Heart of Darkness to try and appeal to them.
Yeah. What is let's read what Heart of Darkness does again.
Background. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, or if you have it ready, that works too.
So those who look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror and that you are no stranger to darkness. Though they might fear you, commoners will extend you every courtesy, do their utmost to help you. Unless you've shown yourself to be a danger to them, they will even take up arms to fight alongside you should you find yourself facing an enemy alone.
All right. Let's see. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Do I no longer have the -4, or is that still?
No, you're out of the smoke.
Okay.
So yeah, you're not actively. Because yeah, if you were having this conversation with your lungs
Right.
and eyes full of smoke, you'd probably be like,
It's a natural one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, unfortunately, although your words are so sincere, and although like your eyes are like streaking with tears, there's something haunting about this horned figure, kind of crouched down, like singed with fire and almost like wreathed in smoke and flame. Despite yourself, although your heart is like in a good place, you come off as so alarming.
Yeah. You think I can? Do you think that I would be able to read?
Yes. Yeah. No,
okay.
I think yeah, you'll be able to see like this wolf, like as you start to crawl forward on all fours, you're almost reminded of that performance you put on for Lulu.
Oh,
And
shit.
as you see the wolf kind of start to like its eyes widen and it start to like paw the ground and like bristle, you realize that like backlit by the flames, horns like kind of singed with smoke rising off of you on all fours, like that heart of darkness has kind of backfired in some way.
Yeah. Okay. I will look to my right, see Valym looks real fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Valym is
And-
indeed like bloodied.
Yeah. I am just horrified. Just lets out a little no, and I'll bonus action healing word
Nice.
Valym.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll for healing.
Do you want to roll it, Gabe? No.
No.
Yeah, you're
No.
within one
Oh,
space
nice.
of each other.
I rolled a
when you
4,
rolled
so it's +4, so 8.
8 health.
Hey. That's why I didn't want to roll.
All right. It is then the white wolf's turn. The white wolf is going to
Get out of here, Bucky.
Yeah.
strike out at you. It doesn't have advantage because it's the only wolf in range.
Who is it striking?
It's striking Nim because Nim looks like a creature that just crawled out of the fire.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's terrifying. With like amethyst eyes flashing and like kind of like reflected with flames. It looks almost crazed, you know?
Godchild, yeah, man.
Oof. Does a 17 hit?
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The wolf like rears in like fear and panic and swipes at you, dealing 6 piercing damage as it kind of latches onto your arm and like tugs at you. Ajax, you see this. You hear Nim call out in pain. After like making this appeal to this wolf, you see this happen. What do you do? It is now your turn.
Well, unfortunately, based off of the actions of last week, I have to roll a wisdom saving throw because of my sword.
Yes,
Mhm.
you do.
So let's go ahead and roll that. And let's pray, everybody.
Yeah.
We didn't pray hard enough.
Oh no.
I thought you just have to beat a 10.
Oh.
And I think it's 15. Oh, wait, I rolled a check, not a saving throw. That's my fault. But no, it's 15. It says DC 15.
Oh, it says DC 15.
yeah.
Okay.
But I rolled
Yeah,
the wrong
that-
thing.
that
It's still,
curses.
it's both above 0, so I'm going to roll again. But I rolled
That
a
was
check,
an
not a save.
11 for the folks at home.
All right, on my... You know what? I kind of want to go with the checks roll anyways. I rolled better on the wisdom saving, but I feel like it's the same thing because it's a +0 on both of them. So I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll just go with the 11 and just say that I failed it.
Okay. Yeah. So, as like you see Nim, this like wolf, kind of like latch onto Nim's arm and brutally pull him to the ground after Nim made this appeal, and you see Valym kind of like barely holding himself together, trying to extinguish this flame, and you see Scorpio
Yeah.
like outside of the like. So this sort of wall of smoke that's now starting to dissipate, like hacking up a lung, clutching what looks to be a small like lantern, like not unlike this one, like with a little small purple flame inside. And you
Yeah.
see this and you feel like Belinda's voice like kind of rumble deep inside your chest. And you feel your scabbard kind of vibrate and it feels like hot to the touch. And you hear like a voice say, "Are you going to let your family die again?"
Not this time.
Are you going to lose someone again? Yeah. And you take your sword out and you are afflicted with a bloodlust. Like
I have to fight this one too, the one that bit me in particular, because that's the one that is, yeah.
And
yes,
you're not going to let this creature stand in the way of you and saving your friends.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, let me roll, brother. That is an 18 hit.
It does.
Okay.
And that is 9 damage.
Okay, perfect. This is the first damage dealt. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
Oh, God.
Also, as your great axe or great sword comes down on this wolf and you deal this 9 damage, you see it kind of buckle down to one leg. And for a moment, you almost feel pity for this creature that you've almost sliced clean in two. It's barely clinging on for dear life. But then that voice kind of rises again. You think of Nim kind of being torn to pieces by wolves, and you push that feeling of remorse down. You do still have a bonus action and movement if you would like to use it.
I'm going to use my bonus action to attack again.
Yeah.
Action surge? Okay, yeah, go for it.
Let me see. Where are we at? Here we go. All right. That is a 13.
That just barely hits.
Wow.
Just barely.
Jesus. That is 12 damage.
Nice.
Ajax, your great sword comes out. Make sure you mark down your action surge is expended. Your great sword comes down and slices this creature cleanly in half. Where the blade first made this like gnarly gash in the neck, you finish the job, and as you do, it kind of like, almost like in a puff of smoke, you see there a brown-haired, tawny-haired woman lying before you, and it's almost like as if in an instant, because this creature has been reduced to 0 hit points, the curse is like broken. You feel yourself come back to yourself, and you feel overwhelmed with the guilt of what you've done. You see an individual who can't be more than the age of 22, with curly, mousy brown hair lying before you.
Ajax probably would just fall to his knees and be like, "No! I'm sorry. You hit me. I couldn't control myself."
As you say this, it is the Black Wolf's turn, and it lunges forward in rage and anger and attacks.
Yeah, at this point, oh God.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? What do we do?
I don't think a 9 hits.
No.
Yeah, without that advantage, they're not as scary. And then we go back to the top of initiative, but this time another creature will be moving as well. Let's see. And it goes first.
Oh.
So as like seeing what has happened here, the very large like gray/white wolf, painted in what looks to be like war runes, snarls at you. Like you see like almost saliva dripping from the jowls, and like you see the fire reflected in its eyes as every hair stands on end. And like I mentioned last week, like the tips of their fur have like caught fire as they've walked through this inferno with like very little abandon. It smells of ash and ruin, and it leaps at you, Ajax, because I believe it has the move. Yeah, it has 50 feet. It's crazy. So for flavor, instead of walking around, we're gonna say in one swift leap, it comes down on you, Ajax, seeing one of its kin fallen, and it will attempt to bite you. Does a 15 hit?
No. It
Yes.
doesn't.
Oh, thank God.
No.
It snaps wide as you go down to your knees to lament what you have done. It doesn't anticipate this action, and you feel your hair move as it snaps right above your head. Scorpio, what do you do?
Oh gosh. Okay. So just Scorpio has been laser focused on Nim because he heard him cry out. Is the wolf that was attacking Nim still? Does that look
Yes.
aggressive?
Yes, it's right here, and it's like latched onto Nim's arm. Nim is not prone; it's more of like a flavor thing. It's like latched onto Nim's arm the way a guard dog would, and Nim's like trying to get his arm away.
I mean, Scorpio does the quick mental calculation of like Ajax should be able to take care of himself and Nim cannot. So he lowers himself down into like a runner's stance and then springs forward with his head to attack this thing.
Perfect. Boom.
It is a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
1d4. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Perfect. Crack. Your skull knocks against this one. It like kind of reels, releasing Nim's arm, and like stands there dazed for a moment, not anticipating this like sort of zooming rocket-like humanoid to come out of the smoke like that.
And he'll take an defensive position in front of Nim,
Okay,
between Nim
perfect.
and the wolf.
Yeah. All right. So for all intents and purposes, you're kind of on a diagonal one, but we'll have it. Yeah. Let me see if I can rotate this. That's good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's in 3D.
This looks so much worse.
Valym, it is your turn.
So the person that is on the ground, they look distinctly dead.
They don't. They're knocked out. They are. Let me clarify. They're bleeding out.
Okay.
But they don't look. They're still breathing.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to run over there and
So it's gonna be 5, 10. 15, 20. Yeah, no, you can make it because you could go 15, 20. Yeah, you can make it.
yeah, I'm gonna run over there.
Ajax's big butt is covering it, but you're right here.
That makes sense.
What? He's so thick. He just covers.
good.
Look at these cheeks. It's ridiculous.
On a Tuesday?
I'm gonna cast a cure wounds on this person.
Okay. Perfect. We're gonna use this as a stand-in. They are no longer a beautiful wolf, which I'm gonna go ahead and have them have their stage exit.
Exit pursued by a wolf.
This individual, which once again Ajax big butt is covering instead.
Can't control my cheeks.
I think is it cure wounds or healing word that's a bonus action?
Healing word's a bonus action.
Okay. So
So
would you like to
move
do
over
anything with
there.
your bonus action?
I kind of just want to hold my totem and in druidic say, "Can we please stop?" like he's probably like screaming now.
Give me a this isn't even an animal handling. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, everything is suffering. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 19 total.
You see this figure say something almost like in code. They use their hands. It's like a sorry, stand up.
Breakdance.
Stand up. God damn you. You see them like kind of make a hand gesture, kind of like those tactical gestures that people use in the army, to these two wolves here. And you see them kind of like give pause. But Valym, this is where your persuasion checks in. While this one heeds, you get the sense that this one is the one in charge. Or sorry, no, the white one that attacked you earlier. You get the sense that this one is the one in charge. This one is the one you
And-
identified as Song, and this one is the one that nipped at Song.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So, like, although this one kind of heeds, because it was reluctant to attack in the first place, you notice this one still has bloody murder in its eyes. And the large one is also, like, sort of oblivious to what is happening on the left. They're so angered by the sight of seeing, like, one of their kin cloven in two. But this individual kind of, like I said, looks at you with understanding.
Mhm.
Not wanting anyone else to get hurt. That axe was mighty humbling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's my turn.
All right. It would be, so it goes Valym, Brown Wolf. The Brown Wolf used their turn to convince these other two. And then it goes Nim.
Oh, God. So White Wolf in front of us still looks aggressive.
Yes.
Actually, Jasmine, quick question. Does the large wolf seem like it has the intelligence in its eyes that the other one does?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That helps. Thank you.
And is that big wolf also aggressive? Is that one backing off or no?
Yeah, that's the one that, like, leapt at Ajax.
Yeah,
and kind
okay.
of
So
wants
the only
Ajax's
one
head.
the only one that's kind of standing down is the brown wolf.
And the black wolf here.
Yeah, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. Okay. Well, shit.
That's a new noise.
And to clarify, chat, the damage she took in wolf form exceeded what she had in human form. If you're like, why did she immediately turn into a person? That's why.
Not lycanthropy, druid, wild shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nim, who's now been really, like, he should try everything. He saw that was a person, that these are people.
Yes.
And he tried appealing to the one in front of them. Like, obviously that's not working.
Valym's yelling in a language you've never heard before.
Right, yeah. I don't know what Valym's saying either. Nim just clasps his hands in front of him and, like, looks up and says, if there is anyone, any entities, spirits, friends, anything listening that can see what's happening and knows it's not anyone else's fault here but mine, please stop there from being senseless deaths today. Not doing anything in particular, but I don't think that he's about to engage in...
Yeah, this would be like a cleric channel divinity. Unfortunately, this is not something you're used to doing.
No.
Give me a Arcana or religion check.
Okay. Dirty 20 on religion.
Ooh.
As you, like, clasp your hands and you look up, you do kind of, like, see the peak of the mountain. And gazing at it and saying this prayer and remembering the ring around your finger, you almost, like, try to use your attachment or your blessing from one of the sisters to plead to the other. And as you sort of, like, look up at this peak and clasp your hands and cry for help, a single lightning bolt strikes the peak and cracks, almost like making the air sound like it's going to explode with how loud and thunderous it is. And as this happens, you see all wolves kind of, like, cower for just a quick moment and, like, kind of look up. And as they do, you hear, like, in your mind, in all of your minds collectively, like a low kind of rumble, like a psychic rumble, almost as though of, like, something awakening or expressing displeasure. And you see, like, a large chunk of the peak above you, like a rock kind of, like, split loose and come crumbling down. and the wolves stop attacking you.
Stop, everyone, stop. And looks around to make sure no one else is still attacking, like Scorpio and
Mhm.
Ajax. And thank you.
You hear like another crack as like the lightning strikes the peak again, like almost in a terrifying fashion. And the wolves like stand down. And you exit initiative order. Everyone's so quiet.
We should leave.
Yeah. I think
We need to get away from here. And Scorpio reaches out a hand as if to take Nim's.
As you turn to take Nim's hand, you see that the white wolf that was standing there is now a slender half-elf, still with like silver hair, kind of braided halfway down his back, but loose like at the front. Very Inuyasha, if I can say so myself.
Kagome!
And his like icy blue eyes like pierce into yours as you like turn to take Nim's hand. And you see him like kind of step over and check in on the I guess like tawny or the brown-haired kind of curly-haired individual, and make sure that she's okay after Valym stitched her bleeding like sort of shoulder back together with magic. There's an awkward silence, and the silence is broken by just thunderous rain pouring down on all of you. And although normally this icy cold, like almost cloudburst would be the most unpleasant thing in the world, you cannot but help but feel relieved. Each of you may roll a d6 to heal that amount of health.
Yay!
3.
Yes,
5.
Gabe? You look very...
1.
Oh,
I knew it was going to be when I saw your face. I was like, oh no.
I'm
Valym
at
is
the full,
pissed.
bro. Wow, what a day.
Valym is too pissed to heal, okay? Valym heals 1 and he's like...
Wait, you got 8 right before that.
I want to hear it, Firechild.
No, Firechild's silent, don't worry.
I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive.
Mhm.
Rain on me, rain, rain, rain on me.
Rather be dead, but now everything's red.
Amen.
I want to walk over to them
Mhm.
and apologize to the person I nearly killed.
Standing between you and the person you nearly killed is... If a human could be like half human and half Rathalos.
Oh.
No.
I disagree, personally.
Yeah. The man that stands before you is like strapping but old. His eyebrows kind of jut back almost like lightning bolts from his face. They are bushy and fierce. And his hair does much the same thing and falls in a mane down to his shoulders. His skin looks like he's like I said, like been like born under the sun, you know, like never sought shade a day in his life, dotted with freckles and that like sort of rind you get from like living your days on the beach, kind of surfer-esque, but he's wearing like a deep V kind of crossover sort of robe with like loose drawstring bottoms, and he towers at about close to 7 feet tall.
Oh, shit.
And he's kind of standing between you. You kind of... Actually, how tall is Ajax, Balvin?
I never thought about this. Just thought he was tall. Probably like 6'8", 6'9", somewhere in that realm.
This is the first man that when you stand up to him, you can't make eye contact quite.
Can I get by?
He does that
Please.
thing that people do in 80s movies where he just kind of stands in your way, and then when you try to move aside from him, he kind of moves again. He looks to be about 50. Like his age is hard to place because he's like so physically just imposing, but you can tell from like the kind sort of lines at his eyes and things like that this is an older man.
Okay, so I can't get by.
He puts like a hand on your chest and says, like, kind of pushes you back a couple of steps from him and says, "Why are you here?"
Well, we saw the fire, and naturally, our friend Valym is a superhero, as you saw, and we wanted to escort him to help.
Did you see the fire or did you cause the fire?
We saw the fire. We weren't here when it started.
You feel the icy blue eyes of the individual in front of you, Nim, just like gazing at you coolly as you take Scorpio's hand.
And Nim like breaks, like is just a mess when he looks at him like, I'm sorry.
The individual like breaks eye contact with you and looks over at like the larger man in the center of this like clearing and says, "Well, that's an admission if I've ever heard one," and kind of like walks over like kind of haughtily.
As soon as there's any sort of movement towards Nim, at this point, Scorpio steps immediately in front to sort of do the same thing of blocking.
Yeah.
He didn't mean anything by it. It was a mistake.
And now it's like that awkward thing where the four of them stand in a line and the four of you stand in a line. Ajax in the middle. Or rather, like you're kind of in these like half circles with Valym somewhere at the outskirts, feeling very awkward, hovering in between, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I would not have gotten in line with them. And
Yeah.
and Nim did say it was his fault, like out loud. So that's why Valym hasn't moved.
I was lost. I mean, I didn't want this to happen. I'm sorry.
As
It's
you
not
say
their
this, like,
fault.
the curly-haired woman who's like I said, she has like almost like a wave of like voluminous hair that like comes down over one shoulder. She like pulls out like what I think you used a torch to set the fire, or was it like a
Yeah.
tinder? I think it was a
Yes,
torch. Yeah.
It was a torch.
She pulls out like the expended torch from like a bag hanging at her side and says, "This doesn't look like a campfire."
I was just trying to make a smoke signal. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. It's not an excuse, I know. I'm sorry.
As you can see, this one is having quite a few feelings. I can show you where we had set up camp, and you can find our campfire well regulated in there. He sort of had a moment alone and became lost.
We also have a young one that finds themselves lost from time to time. You see him like side-eye Song for just half a second before continuing. Yet we do not set about destroying the forest when we do so.
If there is disciplinary action, you can trust us to take it.
do anything. I'm sorry.
Ralva spoke for you. This is her shawl. This forest wraps around her shoulders and down through the valley where it touches the river. This is our domain. And as keepers of her shawl, well, I do not know why she bade that we spare you, but she has.
I don't know why she did either. But I'm forever grateful.
Valym?
Yes.
Are you all right?
I don't think so.
I figured. Are they okay?
It should be fine. And I look at the tawny-haired one. I just like, they're probably sore, but I assume they're...
Yeah, I guess it didn't have a lot of hit points to begin with. And you realize now, like, as you're looking at all of them, that this one and Song are not as sinewy or as old as the other two. Although the one with silver hair looks related to the eldest, not quite as old, probably in his mid-20s, early 30s, whereas Song and the tawny-haired one are quite a bit younger.
Okay. I'll slowly walk over towards Song if I can.
Song shifts like awkwardly as like the others kind of side-eye her again, perceiving that there's some type of friendship between you two. As you begin to walk towards Song, give me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
All right. Ooh. Oh, I got an 18.
Oh.
Before you can even like really like realize what's happening, you like almost like a flash, the blue-eyed, the young one, kind of like steps in and like grabs the totem out of your hand in almost like a slightly confrontational fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But rather than confronting you, confronts Song. So you're just giving these away now? Song kind of like looks at the floor and shifts uncomfortably.
It was a trade.
A trade for what? He like kind of turns on you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Those disconcerting eyes boring into you.
For fresh food, knowledge, and safe travel.
His lip like curls almost like slightly wickedly as he's like, wow, Song, didn't realize you needed help for those things.
It wasn't about needing help. It was about offering it, because when you see someone in trouble and if they don't have their pack, you help them.
Is this your pack?
I'm not sure yet. But I say that last part in Druidic.
We're afraid of commitment. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. He kind of like walks around Ajax a little like, kind of like in an appraising fashion and says, this one looks strong.
Druidic, that one stabbed me.
I like him more then. He speaks in common, so you can all understand.
Oh.
He's that type.
Oh.
He's very twinky, and he's my favorite. But that's metagame knowledge.
After he says I like him more than I kind of just pump the trench coat like, yeah, I did that.
What are you flexing?
I'm cool. He said he liked me. I didn't hear Valym say, well, he did in Druidic. I didn't hear the stabbing thing. So I'm like, yeah, maybe he said I was cool or I'm awesome. Yeah.
Roll intimidation.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh no. I've had all my good rolls of the day.
You thought.
Let's see. That is it's 18.
Oh,
You thought.
Yeah, he kind of like appreciates your sort of like as you like flex underneath the trench coat and like pull
Yeah.
it down a little bit and like yeah.
appreciation.
He casts like an appraising eye and with like a new admiration, and he's like, we should trade out Song for him. And you see Song once again like kind of like kicking the ground. You hear like the curly haired one be like, that's not fair. He's probably an idiot. Strength isn't everything.
If you would give up your family that easily, then you didn't even deserve it. And that's uncommon.
Mm-hmm. The big one kind of like starts like shuffling around with his bags and stuff, like kind of impatiently. He says, I grow weary of your bickering. Bickered when you're children, you bicker now, still like children. And you just see like the curly haired one smirk.
I am Scorpio. I don't believe we were able to catch your names.
And the one that's like looking awkwardly at the ground is like, I'm called Skylark Song.
Skylark.
Skylark.
And you? And he looks at the silver-haired, blue-eyed one. Half elf.
He like chuckles and kind of like flexes a little bit, and he's like, some people like to call me the wind. Personally, I think I'm more of a gentle breeze because the wind is fickle and I'm not.
We don't want to break wind. Got it.
God damn it.
And you at the larger, older one?
Oh, the eldest?
Uh-huh.
He like kind of like grumbles and growls a little bit like a grumpy old man as he like puts his pack back on his like waist. He's like, they don't give you your real names because they fear you. I don't. My name is Rex.
So brave.
I don't fear you nor your companions, and therefore I will not be taking up a moniker of nature. I am not one with nature. I am the fist that protects it.
Oh. Thank you for your service.
What? Like he wasn't really expecting that response and kind of just like
Kind of just look him up and down.
I take it you're the leader of this group?
No, it's that one. And I point at the wind.
he
really?
Kind of smiles and he's like, somewhat, yeah. They fall into my pay grade. And the two sisters just kind of like, you know, Song still stares at her feet and the curly haired one is like,
Well, I hope you can understand our situation with, we didn't come here, nor did Nim attempt to burn down the forest or harm the forest in any kind of way. He was just lost and trying his best to find his way back to us. But on behalf of me, allowing Nim to wander off like that, I would like to apologize for losing sight of our little one.
I mean, I can't blame you. I've lost sight of this one. She kind of like kicks like Song's shin, but like playfully, like the way siblings do, not like to hurt her. And you see like Song kind of like kick her back. And they kind of like start doing that thing where they're like, you just hear like Breeze kind of be like, stop, don't embarrass me. Well, I guess you have safe passage. We have work to do. And you see him kind of like turn around and start like setting about like repairing some of the damage in some ways. You see as he like druid crafts like one of the trees that's like half burnt and like it kind of some of its bark starts to come back.
Are you all healed? And Nim is talking to the pack specifically, not to our group. I can help tend to any wounded. Please.
You see that like the mousy haired one kind of like looks at you inquisitively and she's like, I don't get it. I don't see anything unique about him. And you hear Rex say, it's not ours to decide. He says, besides, and you see his eyes kind of like linger on your ring. He says, it's not our sister to take care of. And then you see like...
I asked the mousy-haired one what her name is, because we didn't get hers.
Oh, it's Silt.
Silt?
Silt. Nurturing. Life-giving. Runs alongside the river.
So just to make sure, I have Skylark, Breeze, Rex, Song, and Silt.
Mm-hmm. Just like hold for a moment here.
Yeah.
Well, Skylark and Song are the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's only 4 of them.
I see.
Why, of all times, do you decide to do this?
Well, let's
But
see.
none of them look wounded though. Like when they come up to me.
I guess Silt does look mildly wounded. Yeah.
Silt.
Mm-hmm.
Silt's the one that I
Who just
killed her. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Nim will sort of reach a hand out. May I? I just want to help.
If it makes you feel better.
Oh. I want to make you feel better. And he'll just touch their hand or wrist or gently and do cure wounds. For 10 hit points.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Yeah. You see like she like some of the color kind of comes rushing back into her cheeks, and you know that nasty like kind of pink line that was going down one shoulder kind of dissipates, and you see now she wears almost like a summer dress.
That's
It's like a little bit of like almost like a halter top type of dress, and it ties in the back and like is a little bit flowy but stops at the knees. It's yellow. Scorpio, you feel something at your calf.
I'll look down.
You see a little goblin face.
Oh, are you okay? And Scorpio immediately gets down on one knee to look at her.
You saved me!
I'm sorry about all of this.
And she puts her arms around your neck.
Oh, okay. And we're back to hugging. Okay.
I bet you almost got me killed, but then you saved me.
So you can see while you're in the lantern?
Somewhat. Actually, can she? Let me see.
I don't know.
What a sentence.
I mean, it just says you magically vanish and enter your vessel. You can remain inside the vessel. You exit if you use a bonus action to leave, if you die, or if the vessel is destroyed. So, I mean, it doesn't say you wouldn't be aware. So, yeah. She's like, That was
That's
gonna
a-
be cool, but then you saved me. I could see I was the purple light inside.
Ah,
I have my nose smushed up against the glass.
you did the right thing.
I was a little scared.
Yeah.
She still kind of like looks at the rest of them like kind of like nervously. And
We're almost
then she
done
says
here.
very loudly, "It's okay. I'm used to werewolves."
Mm.
And they all just are like,
They're not werewolves.
"No, I know what I saw, Valym."
Child, you're kind of stupid. They're not werewolves.
Maybe we could talk about this later at camp.
I'm not stupid.
Nope. You are not.
You're stupid.
That's true.
This is Lulu.
I don't like him anymore. The ranking has changed. It was number 1, number 2, number 3. She doesn't even count him. And now it's number 1, number 2, number 3. No, number infinity.
I turn into a wolf and I growl at Lulu.
I'm not afraid of wolves. I told you that.
Okay, we can all maybe take a breath. There's a lot of things that have happened today.
And Lulu, with her classic cutting words, is like, "That wolf was bigger, prettier anyway." Points at Rex. Rex just kind of like says, "What is that?" What?
This-
That's
Lulu.
racist.
Whoa, no.
She's
This is Lulu. It's complicated. Kids, am I right?
She just comes and like, "Are you still kneeling?"
I guess, yeah.
She comes and sits on your kneeling leg and like,
Ajax,
Yes.
any way we could leave?
Yes.
Nim,
Nim, what?
I was just gonna tiptoe towards Valym, if he's still in wolf form.
Mhm.
Seeing that he's kind of seems apart from us a little bit.
His fur is definitely bristly.
Yeah, and then just sort of like approaches slowly. I'm really sorry, Valym. I know that doesn't make up for it. I'll never make a mistake like that again. I wasn't thinking. You mean a lot to me now, and I really hope you don't leave us because of this. It's okay if you don't want to speak to me, but they don't deserve it.
And Breeze took my totem, right?
mm-hmm. He's like kind of whistling and walking like near, not too far away from you, and he's like doing that thing where he like is balancing it or flipping it between his like long slender fingers, like almost like a coin.
I want to take it back. Would you like me to roll?
I guess his stealth versus his perception.
Deal.
You only have to beat a 15.
Okay. Cool. Wolf stealth is good. 23.
Ooh.
So this is less like, oh, you magically and
Right.
invisible. It's more like he does notice you take it, but you sneak up on him and grab it out of his hands so quickly he doesn't have a chance to defend against it, you know?
And I just like move like 10 feet away, and then I look at Nim and I look at them. I look at Breeze with my eyes narrowed and the totem in my mouth. And then I turn and I walk past Nim back towards camp.
He'll be back. Don't be too sad, Song. And Song's like, and he's like, yes, I know about your little crush. Don't worry, he'll be back.
You say crush? Did I hear that right?
Even in D&D, it falls me.
Well, I think we should follow him.
And Scorpio holds out his hand as if to take yours, Ajax, like you're leading him. He's tired of being the adult.
Come on.
And then he'll grab Lulu with the other hand to pull her along.
Her hand is still sticky.
Nim? You ready?
Yeah, he does not make eye contact with Ajax, but he just like follows in behind.
Before you leave, he says, like Breeze kind of like saunters up to like the group of you and like looks down at you, Nim. And once again, with eyes like piercing blue eyes, says, there are scarier things than demons. And then just turns on his heel and walks away with everyone else in tow.
Can we hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's an exit line.
Was that necessary?
Are you roasting my DMing, Balvin?
No, Ajax.
He turns around and slaps
me.
you.
Ajax.
Nah, that was Balvin. That was totally
definitely
Balvin.
Ajax. That was definitely You said it's a Nim. Strong child. Nearly burned the forest down on a whim. I don't need more violence.
As you say, was that necessary? You hear Lulu whisper in your ear, Scorpio, I peed a little bit.
Oh, that's not. Oh.
There on you. Aha.
He was really pretty and really scary.
Okay, well,
But
we'll wash up down by the river when we get back.
A little bit, but I peed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We walk back to camp.
Covered in soot, hair singed. Some of you probably have a little bit of eyebrow hair missing, Scorpio. From like you were
that's
like
how it is.
Yeah, you were like in the flames, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of poof, like just eyebrow hair missing, burnt, tired. Nim kind of like covered in tears and snot. Not unlike Lulu now. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you make your way back. The way back feels so much longer than the way here. Your limbs just feel so tired. And you hear you feel rather kind of sidle up a little bit next to you. The silky purple fabric of a small green-faced child, and she's like, "You were really brave."
To me?
Because I would have lied and said he did it. He set it on fire. She points at Ajax. But you told the truth. That was really brave.
It was my fault. I'm just a stupid child.
But I mean, we're just kids, so we're just gonna get smarter regardless of what Valym says. Like, they're just stuck that way. They're just dumb forever. She points at the two of you, Scorpio and Ajax.
We're still holding Ajax's hand.
And she's still holding yours
Completely
too.
burned.
She says it like loudly, but to her it's a whisper. She's one of those people that whispers loudly. She's like, you and I are going to get smarter, but they're grown up. They're just going to be that dumb forever.
Oh, Lucas, you're not dumb, Scorpio.
Thanks, Ajax. There's just tears.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
What? Valym, where did you go? Where did you like walk off to?
Valym went. So as a wolf, Valym went looking for a deer.
No.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nim does sort of like grab Lulu's like hand for a moment as they're walking and says, "Sorry for all the stupid things I said before. That I was I suppose caught up in my feelings. I think I've learned my lesson. I'm sorry."
Well, now I feel really bad about putting fire ants in your backpack.
What?
Yeah.
he like grabs his backpack, like swings it around, like.
Mm-hmm.
Are there? How many fire ants are in this backpack?
She found some black dirt and scooped up the
No.
whole thing and put it in there.
He like drops on the ground. It's like, oh no! It's my mom's bag.
Oh,
He's like cleaning through, sort of like trying to. He's just scooping ants. Trying to,
they'll
like,
bite you, and they do. Your hands start turning red.
Can I help, please?
Don't let go of my hand, though.
Oh, okay. I got you, Scorpio.
Thanks.
Nim,
It's fine. It's fine.
No,
It's fine.
Nim,
It's fine. It's
Nim,
fine.
you've been through a lot
Fine.
today. Let me do it. Let me do it. Give me the bag. Scorpio, help.
Okay.
Help.
Let me do it. Help.
You're able to find like a big clump of black dirt that has like little holes in it, and you were able to tell that this is like the you each take 1 point of superficial damage from fire ant burns.
Okay.
What would I do without you?
I can say the same thing.
As you say this,
Do
you
you
reach
think-
the edge of your camp, but continue, yeah.
Yeah, and on seeing that Valym like isn't there, is like, do you think he'll come back?
I know he will. And I also know that we've earned a nap. And Scorpio just...
While I'm still holding his hand, he just falls over. Just, okay. I'm gonna keep holding his hand while he sleeps.
Aw, we're like otters.
And as you sit down, covered in fire ant burns, normal burns, soot, smoke, tears, snot, and a little bit of shame. And while Valym stalks the woods, that's where we'll take our first break of the evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to get up, get some water, stretch. We hope you do the same. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, friends. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being patient while we took that quick break. Got a giant freaking bottle of water.
Ooh.
I know, I love water. I know it sounds stupid, but it's good.
I heard it too. It's weird.
There's a bit of an echo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
hear it too.
I don't hear it on
Yeah.
my end.
Couldn't have been me. I was muted that whole time.
Oh, yeah, I hear it
That's
too.
weird.
I heard it.
It's probably
Oh, I think it's good now.
yeah.
We only heard it when Josephine was muted.
Oh.
It's not that. I was not normally.
Just say it.
We'll never find out. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's still perfect, so it's fine.
Yeah, you are.
Aw.
I love the sounds your puppa was making at the last bit there, Gabe, because I feel like it added to your angry wolf noises.
I was wondering if you could hear it.
No, I could. It was like that's Valym's angry.
Awake.
Is that awake? I thought
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
was like,
those are Valym's angry wolf noises.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah,
the
that's
back
what it was.
like,
That's what it was.
Barp, barp, barp. Angry burps. But yeah, you settle down at camp. You see some people have like kind of gathered to like look at the inferno, but they're quickly leaving because this, like I said, it was like a cloud burst. Like the way the rain came down was so forceful that most people are like drenched and like running to find cover. And the crowd that had gathered to like look at the smoke is quickly dispersing, all except for like one person who you make eye contact with Nim, but like Scorpio and Ajax are kind of like holding each other's hands and like nestled on like a
Is this
half
snot
unrolled
bubble?
half unrolled sleeping bag by the campfire. Yeah.
So you said there's one person who hasn't.
Yeah.
What do they look like then?
It's a chainmail cowl and a cleric vestment, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it Rena?
Yeah.
Prayers have been.
I saw the smoke, so I thought I'd come and check in on you guys. And she like looks over at them and she's like, they're cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
What happened
Also,
to your
Lulu's
hands?
around somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lulu's.
You see her like reach into her backpack and like kind of pull out like a jar of like a really thick viscous fluid and kind of start putting it on your arms where you have like fire ant bites. What happened here, Nim? You got it. Okay, you don't sit on the black dirt.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know, they'll get mad.
Just lets her.
Yeah, you can't sit on that.
I'll make a note of that. Thank you. I think there's some here too.
She like is like, I don't really see anything there, but if you say so.
Ow. It's really good to see you, Rena.
I was only gone for one night, Nim.
Yeah, but you know, we just came out of that fire. Rena, what's your god called?
Oh, let me look. I have it written down. It said bronze, not Rena.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rena like, oh shit, what's
Oh
his
no.
name?
I just had it.
I think she.
And can you remind me what the name was that they said of the one that they say was responsible for the lightning, the thunder?
Yeah.
It was it the Three Mountain Sisters?
It was
But
one
they
of the
said a
sisters.
name specifically.
And it's
Ralva.
Ralva. Okay. Ralva.
Of course, Ajax is sleeping.
Like the
when Rena
rolling
showed
of
up.
thunder.
It's very light sleep, so do not be afraid to wake him up.
You know what, Balvin? I can really relate. It's like hearing about werewolves when you stab you unconscious.
But hey,
Yeah,
but I
I'm not
helped
gonna
you.
lie, Gabe. That seeing your face that entire episode was so like
I
know?
saved you.
so chef's kiss for me. I was like, oh man, I wrote this entire segment for Gabe, and yet Ajax is the one, and Ajax
Yeah.
is like, like I don't know what that is, and see you be like,
I
ah!
want to make it known. I want to make it known. The segments for Gabe came up because of other people. We met my druids because their forest was burning down.
Right.
Which you now know that the ring of woods that go around the foot of the mountain you're at now, all the way through like the icy tundra to the north, and then come cascading down along the riverbank, which you camped in on episode 2, is called Relva's shawl, or they call it just the shawl. Yeah, because it looks like a scarf or a shawl wrapped around the mountains. And you also now have the knowledge that this is the domain of this clan.
Yeah. I also just want to make sure I heard correctly. They were saying that Relva was cleaning up after her sister. Yeah? Is that what they said?
Wait, did they say that, or did they say like...
I thought that's what they said, because to me it suggested that whoever Nim interacted with in the pool was one of the other sisters. But I'm not sure if that's... I just want to make sure I didn't hear it wrong.
Yeah, so I apologize for... So there are 2 sisters, and the one that these wolves or these druids hold in high regard is the tallest mountain peak, the oldest one, Relva. And there is a lake sister, which is also like the sister of one of the smaller peaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we don't know her name yet. Okay, great.
That would be the middle sister, and then you're actually quite a ways from the youngest sister. That would be like a day's trek.
But yes, I do think that the ring is not from.
No, the ring is from the mountain.
It's from someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, it is from Relva.
Oh, sorry. The ring is from the middle sister, and the one who's Relva is the oldest sister. My bad. I'm tripping over the words myself too, so I apologize.
Nope. Perfect.
So,
got it. Okay.
But Rena like kind of says, well, there's a lot of different translations. Some people call her the Devi of Darkness. I know in my village we called her the Sultana.
Like a raisin?
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, I wish Scorpio said that.
Yeah, Scorpio says, oh, raisin.
And how did you know that that's who you wanted to follow? I suppose there's so many around us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel kind of like this is like a really tough conversation to have, and I feel like your guardian should be. And she looks over and she's like, "Who's that?" And you see now like Lulu is asleep across both Scorpio and Ajax, like lengthwise.
That's
like a very large drool puddle pooling, like probably on the Scorpio side.
That's Lulu. Valym and Ajax found her at the bottom of the elevator.
Do they just adopt children?
I think we do.
I think she needed help with a problem in her family.
Oh. Well, since he's asleep,
do you want me to pass along?
No. I just, I didn't want to like step on his toes, because sometimes when it comes to religion, parents can be like,
"Oh,
you."
Well, Ajax isn't
actually
my dad, technically.
Oh. After the tattoo thing, I just felt so bad that I was like, maybe I should chill.
Oh. Well, it's really not anyone else's decision to make, is it? Did you get Ajax's gift?
I did. The strawberry shortcake was delicious. So good. The strawberries are so fresh.
He was
good.
so excited. Wanted to make sure you would get it.
Yeah, it was very sweet. It inspired me.
Oh?
Yeah, because with my first paycheck being here, I only get like student wages, but I may or may not have special ordered a peacock. And now I think I'm going to name it Strawberry.
Oh. Is okay, like out of game. Is a peacock like your average like pet around these areas, or is this
No.
an unusual? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted a parrot, but then I was like, flight, I don't know if that's gonna, but peacock, so much easier to take care of. I can keep it in my room. It'll be so good.
Aren't they big?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sure maybe it's a little one.
Maybe I didn't think this through.
Oh, it's going to be so beautiful.
It is, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, when it's quills or feathers, whatever it's called, naturally shed, then I'll have beautiful quills to write with and I can sell them and have like this, and I'll just brush it every day and have like these natural peacock feathers, which go for a pretty penny, let me tell you.
Yes, I know. I've seen them in the
I'm an entrepreneur. Like I'm a cleric, but I'm also like an entrepreneur in my heart. So I just thought I had this thought where I was like, eagle feathers, who wants that? I want peacock feathers. And then I was like, I'll order a peacock. So there was this dude wandering through and I gave him like half of the money from my first paycheck. And he was like, yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks with the peacock. So I'm sure that's going to go well.
What was his name? I don't know I've never heard of a peacock salesman in this area. Did he give you his name?
He said he came here all the time. There's not an exotic bird vendor?
Well, I don't come up to Marblehead, so maybe he's just not come to Meadowford. Maybe. I'm really glad you came, Rena.
Oh, well, I was just like, he knew so much about cranes and parrots. So I was like, I'm sure that he has a line on how to get a peacock.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you only just gave it anyway. I'm sure that you'll have a beautiful
You don't think he's gonna
little friend.
Leave with like my money, do you? Because I gave him so much gold.
Oh. I mean, maybe let others know,
I gave him 15 gold pieces, Nim.
Oh. That's a lot. That's a lot of...
I only get paid every 45 days, and I only get 30, and I gave him 15 of them. But I'm going to get a peacock. I'm going to have a big, beautiful peacock in 2 weeks, right?
Right.
And then I'll make the money back because the peacock
with the
feathers
quills
are going to fall off, and then I can...
I would love to pre-order one.
Really?
Yes,
yeah, I will get the biggest, beautifulest one and give it to you.
That's wonderful. Although I'm a bit short on cash
no, it's fine. I'll take your word for it because I know you're good for it, Nim Grimwillow.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah. No, I got my first pre-order. So...
Yeah,
and I only need to sell 15 to make my money back, which so I'll get this back, and no. Yeah, this is a perfect, this is a perfect plan.
Business is booming.
Yeah. First pre-order. There's so many students here. Everyone's going to want a peacock quill feather. It's going to be big. And I was going to hand kind of shape, the metal housing out of gold and like, well, not
Wow.
gold plating, because I have to make some money back. Yeah.
Right. Yes. I think it's that's wonderful. It sounds lovely, and I can't wait to get mine eventually. It's very nice.
Well, as soon as that gentleman comes back in 2 weeks,
Yep.
I'll let you know.
Oh, perfect. It's and Nim is like actually like laughing and like probably smiling for the first time. And looks at Ajax, Scorpio, and Lulu and like, they really are wonderful. I'm very lucky to be traveling with them.
Yeah, they seem like good people. Where's Valym?
Well, he's rightfully so, I think, upset with me and hopefully just taking some time away. But we're waiting here, hoping he'll maybe come back soon. I made some horrible mistakes, and luckily somehow we're all okay. But it could have been very bad.
Well, it kind of seems like when you all bicker, it's like the fun type of bickering you have over like a dinner table with friends, I'm sure he'll come around. Whatever you said can't be that bad.
I accidentally set that forest on fire.
What?
Did you see the fire?
Yeah, like everybody did, Nim. You set the forest on fire.
I didn't mean to. I was lost. I don't know. I was. Scorpio told me to. I was caught up in being angry at everyone except everyone it wasn't anyone's fault for anything I was feeling, and I just took it out on everything around me. Anyway,
man.
I got lost, and I thought I was just trying to make a little smoke. I wasn't trying. I was not trying to set the forest on fire. Anyway, Valym is
Or she like puts a hand on yours and she says, maybe you were.
I wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
That I believe. But I don't know what you're saying about being angry and wanting to reflect that on anybody. Feelings are interesting because they make us do things that we normally wouldn't. And it's really important to make sure our feelings don't get in our way. Learning to process them healthily and move past them is how we prevent ourselves from hurting ourselves. Because the things you say when you're emotionally compromised will haunt you when you go back to being yourself. And there's no undoing it, right? I mean, I learned that the hard way, So I remember my father telling me when I was young, him and I got into this this big argument over whether or not I was old enough to start training. And I told him that, you know, he was overbearing and over controlling, and I was the most unlucky child in the world. And he said, well, at least you have parents to take care of you. And I said that I wish I didn't.
Oh.
And now that I don't have him anymore, I can't take that back. So trust me when I say that the things that you do when you're angry or you're sad are the things that you really wish you hadn't done. And that the anger is temporary, but the aftershock of that is forever.
So, how do you move past it?
Well, by acknowledging that it's temporary, you know? I just treat it like it's a wave. And just brace and know that at some point this wave is going to subside and I'm still going to be here. I'm like a rock.
Nim gives her a hug, a gentle hug, and says, Rena, you put out so much light just in the small amount of time that we've known you. You've touched so many of our lives. And I know that somewhere deep down, even through those words, that your parents knew that it was just out of emotion, like you said.
She like gives you a really tight hug back. Oh, Nim, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've turned out wonderfully, so it gives me hope.
Let's do that tattoo while Ajax is asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, you should put a ring of fire around one of your horns, like, because, you know, you're gonna remember this moment and be made better for it.
Okay.
It's like a
I
turning
like that.
point, right?
I like that.
All right,
Let's do it.
it's gonna hurt.
That's okay. I think that's okay.
Okay. You see her take out like one of like her little needles, and like this time she takes out almost like a small like little hammer, versus like normally she does like these really intricate like very like poke and stick style tattoos, but this time she like takes out like a little hammer and like a thicker needle, and she starts like and it hurts. It kind of feels like it's like kind of jarring.
Yeah.
Like it feels like pressure on your head, and it doesn't feel very nice. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
so good at those. Okay, let's do purple.
Nim just passes out.
Well, that's okay too.
No.
19.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as she makes her way around the entire room, everything's fine until she gets to that really sensitive like inner part of your horn, and it's only then that you let out a like the slightest yelp,
Yeah.
waking up Ajax and Scorpio.
And
And then we'll join Valym in the woods.
Valym would have just like found the first deer he could, and just started ripping into it.
All right. Yeah, this is light work for you. As in wolf form, tracking down a deer is no problem at all. You find a brilliant like 12-point buck, and you know, leap with with ease, with perfect grace, cutting through the air, catch it by the throat, and bring it down.
Yeah. And then he kind of tears into it a bit, and partially through, he definitely switches back. But he's still kind of in a craze and hasn't really noticed.
Yeah.
Probably comes to, so there is like a bit of deer and viscera on his hands and face. And then he picks up the head and then picks up the leg and just starts walking back to camp, dragging it.
As you walk back to camp, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, 18. I thought I was bad at that. Persuasion's what I'm bad at.
Smell something that almost smells like acidic or like zinc, like tingles your nose.
I go that direction.
You
Easily
see ahead of
distracted.
you like splintered treetops and like not far from you, like almost like a crater in the earth. Like it's not too deep, but you see like a depression in the earth and like almost like a line of like broken treetops where something came streaking through the sky and struck.
I'll go down into the crater with no sense of self-preservation whatsoever.
You see like a large, almost like with like pieces of quartz sticking out, piece of stone. And as you look up, you put together that this was chipped off the top of the mountain by a lightning bolt.
That's right.
Is it smoking at all?
Not anymore. It was, especially because there's like parts of it that are scorched where the lightning struck. And it fell with like great force and power because this is like pretty large. But it's no longer hot to the touch. It didn't like enter through the atmosphere.
He kind of chuckles to himself. What, do you have something to say to me, Ralpha? Is that what this is? I'm gonna like just pick it up and like look at it and smell it.
As you touch it, like, because this is like about this big, it does like splinter at your touch into like chunks that are about this big. Each of them is almost like a cross section of like what looks to be like stone and granite. It's like striated.
Yeah.
And as you look through like the pieces, you see the telltale vein of something inside, metallic almost.
I'm trying to crack it open and get inside.
Do you have tools to crack it open with?
Let's see what I have on me. Well, I do have my short sword and quarterstaff. I have a dagger. I would actually try to like use my dagger and then quarterstaff to like.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand.
Just smash it on your head.
That's 24.
Hey.
All right, you are able to do this pretty quickly, and the lost condition there would have been you would have destroyed the dagger, but you're able to do it and still maintain somewhat the integrity of your dagger. And you first of all obtain a stone, about the size, because this is like a multiple of chunks that you're kind of digging into. You obtain like a small stone. It's not very shiny because it's uncut. But it has like a pale, like yellow gold, like almost like an ochre luster. You also obtain 4 chunks of an ore that is unfamiliar to you. It feels very sharp in your hands, almost like bismuth, where it's very difficult to handle, very difficult to touch. And then you also find in these chunks, like almost like a byproduct, a very rich red, almost like clay. And as you touch it, like it does stain your hands. And I think being how how close you were to these wolves, you recognize it as like the same kind of clay that they don on their, that they do their war markings with.
Mm. Okay. I'm gonna put each of that into my satchel, and wrap stuff up in fabric, or like just the traveler clothes that he has, just using that as like wraps and ways to hold this stuff instead of just letting it get out in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And then putting it inside of the bag.
Yeah. The ore weighs about, I want to say 8 pounds. So that would be the heaviest thing to carry.
What I'll actually do with the ore is I'm going to hollow out the inside of the deer and then use that to drag.
Mm-hmm. So this is hard work, but you're able to do this.
Yeah.
It'll take you quite a bit of time because it's quite a bit of weight. But something tells me you're not in a hurry.
No. And if he sees any animals or anything that shows up, he's going to actually fuck it. I'm gonna use my.
Are you gonna what?
I hate both of you.
Hey man, your words.
You said it.
Nah, never mind. I'm not even gonna do the cool thing. I'll just No. He's gonna walk. He's gonna walk
I
slowly.
want to hear the cool thing.
Do the cool thing.
I want
do
to
do it.
Do the
I'm
cool thing.
gonna ride Lorelai because she's fixed again. I just wasn't using her because I didn't want to hurt the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we come across any animals, I'm just gonna tell Lorelai to eat them.
She does.
Like Pac-Man.
Like anything.
Jesus.
Although Lorelai
hopefully no people
is kind to you with her beautiful lotus accoutrements, she's still a giant snake with ravenous appetites who, even with you, Valym, like we've discussed in the past, you usually have to make a roll to see she has a snake's temperament.
If we come across a person, I'm just gonna say now, I would let her eat them.
Thankfully, you're in the woods, so
I'm just saying, if there's a camper, they're dead. That's where he is.
Hopefully no peacocks.
Oh. You take out an exotic bird vendor.
Wow.
What a shame.
As you make your way back at the camp, Ajax, as you wake up, you see Lorelai, or not Lorelai, sorry, Rena looking over and then being like, that looks pretty good.
Finish it. Quick.
What? No, what? What?
Hi. Did you enjoy your nap?
Why is your hand like that? Hey, Rena, when did you get here? What? What's that in your hand?
To visit you guys because I just want to make sure you were okay with all this smoke. Inhalation, it'll kill you. It's the silent killer.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. How long have I been here, Nim? I only heard you fart in your sleep 3 times, so it couldn't have been that long.
It's only been maybe 30, half an hour or so. We were just chatting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just chatting. Why?
Yeah.
Why is your hood up, Nim? What?
It's raining.
Yeah.
Why wasn't your head up the past 30 minutes?
You ask a lot of questions. Oh my god, what is this, an interrogation?
Slightly, yes. Are we sure everything is fine? I heard you you woke me up with your yelp or scream or whatever that was. You woke up Scorpio too. Never mind.
Scorpio has rolled over. It's passed out still.
Never mind.
Hi, Scorpio. Well, I'm kind of tired too, so and Nim kind of goes and lays down to sleep next to Scorpio and Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
But he's sort of peeks after a little bit.
Lulu's kind of awake now too, and is like,
and I'm like,
yeah.
like pull Lulu next to me.
She like starts to simmer down, and then she's like, "That's a big snake."
What? Oh no. Can we see Lorelai?
Lorelai is not like ethereal. Well, actually, let me ask Valym. Valym, would you
Well,
bring
I just
Lorelai
meant-
up to the camp, or?
Yeah. He would just
That's
ride
what I
into
meant.
the camp.
Yeah, so are they here already? So she was more asking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a big snake.
What? Oh.
It's a pretty. It's a pike.
He's
I
coming
wanna
back.
boop its snoot. Don't you wanna
Still
boop
a-
its snoot?
Oh, Lulu, I don't want you to die. And
Oh,
it's a snake.
okay, I won't. I wanted to though. I was gonna be like, boop.
How close are they? How close to the camp right now? Like, how far are we seeing them from out? Like, are they here yet? Or are they like a distance away?
Like right at the edge of camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
And I'll basically like have her lower her head, and I'll drag the deer's carcass off.
Oh.
And then I'll pat her head and then turn her back into a staff.
Now I definitely can't boop the snoot.
Do not boop the snake.
What if the
Joey.
snake likes it? Did you ask her?
I'll tell her to eat you if you try to boop her snoot.
I'm not the one who set the forest on fire. I don't know why you're being so rude to me.
I was just being honest with you.
Valym, can we speak?
You're acting like a baby. You're acting like a bully.
Lulu.
No, I'm gonna say my piece. You said
But
you were
I
gonna
cover
help me.
Lulu's mouth and just roll over.
But
I don't think I ever gave Lulu the potion, did I?
Mm-mm.
no.
Good.
Valym,
Yes.
can we speak?
We are doing that.
No, just somewhere else, private.
Arena's here.
I mean, I'll watch the kids.
Sure.
Thank you. We could
Yeah.
really use that.
Please do not touch my deer. I have ore in there.
That's yours. You've claimed it. I would never.
I'm just saying that to everyone here. If you touch my deer, I will burn one of your fingers off.
He is
Okay.
very serious.
Where are we going, Ajax?
Just follow me.
Sure.
We'll just go somewhere a little ducked off by the way. Not too far out. We're not gonna go get lost again. But
You're not going to stab me again, right?
Oh,
I actually wanted to apologize again for that.
I'm just asking to make sure.
I'm not bringing the sword out this time. It's just a conversation.
You know what? Can I see the sword?
You know what happened last time you said that?
And yeah, I just wanted to say something to her.
You know what happened the last time you said something to her?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Will you sign a waiver?
Sure.
Enough time. All right. I bring the sword out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at the sword. I hope you know, as violent as you want to be, if he dies, it'll be your fault. Now, where are we going, Ajax?
Why would you say that?
Because I want the sword to know. Now, no matter what happens to me, your sword's never going to forget it. And if you die for whatever reason, that means I was right. And they won't let that happen, will they? So where are we going, Ajax?
You're terrifying. I put the sword back in my hilt. Just follow me. Come on.
People are strange. I'm a druid. Now just follow.
Why do you this guy repeats himself so much? All right. So yeah, let's just walk somewhere in the woods, just kind of tucked away. You looked a little distanced earlier.
Can you explain?
Well, after the situation in the woods, your eyes looked like they were wandering elsewhere, and you didn't really look sure, I guess, of where you wanted to go.
Those are the first druids I have ever met, Ajax.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I had a feeling that Song was like me from when I recognized them. It's why I looked for Song so hard. That was not how I expected to find them.
How did it feel?
Terrible.
Why?
So we because we met them in their home hostily. I had to heal one of them that was dying.
Circumstances could have been better.
Why are you using so much logic? Not everything is about logic. Or when you all use you all keep using logic as if it's a reasonable excuse for actions, and it's not. When you were speaking about what happened and why it happened, you were making excuses as if someone is killed, they don't care if it happened because of coincidence or accident. And saying that, whether you mean it or not, is so belittling. If you're saying they need to calm down because we were burning their home down,
I don't think, you know what? No, you're right. But I hope you understand that it wasn't an attempt to make them feel lesser or treat them as lesser, but to just prevent any more blood. Again, what happened earlier with Belinda happened again. And whether it was right or wrong, someone almost died. And if you weren't there, they might have. And I'm glad you were there for that reason. But I don't know what to do about Belinda. I can't.
I don't give a damn about Belinda. Part of my problem is everyone has talked about Nim growing, but all you all did was make excuses for him.
I didn't get a chance to speak to Nim, actually. But
no, I'm not saying speaking to him. I'm saying when we were there, talking to those people that we encroached on, you made excuses for Nim about why it happened. We did not apologize. We made excuses as to why it happened accidentally.
why didn't you say this when we were there?
Because that's not my responsibility. It's why I did not say anything. It's why I did not make excuses. It's why I did not speak for anyone else. That is not my responsibility. And if all of you have spoken up and said these things, spoken for Nim, spoken about why it was on purpose or an accident, regardless of the reason, if you have already said these things, why should I myself then have to do the work to go forward if we were steps back?
But Nim did apologize.
And you too made excuses for him before that.
So they wouldn't kill him and us. I understand. I understand. Trust me. I don't want you to think I don't understand. But in that situation, I don't know who we're dealing with, and I can't let you or Scorpio or Nim or anybody else be in danger because of a miscommunication. I know setting the forest on fire is way more than just a mistake, but at the same time, why not prevent any more conflict as fast as we can?
We did. We did. The excuses came after the conflict stopped is my problem.
Yes, because we still messed up.
But
we're not perfect.
You
And
understand?
I do understand. I really do. And I understand I understand why this would be a bit different than any other situation we've been in so far. But I'm trying to help you understand that we just did what we felt was right. And maybe it was wrong. And I'll accept that. But at the end of the day, we had to prioritize ourselves.
You asked me to come talk to you.
I did.
Is this what you wanted to say to me?
No, I wanted to listen to you.
Then why are you telling me what was the case?
So you'd understand. I wanted to hear your perspective, and you gave it to me. And I wanted you to understand ours.
But I didn't ask for yours.
Then why'd you listen to me?
I know better. My apologies. You asked mine, so I gave it. That was consented for. But to give me yours when I did not ask for it, you understand that you were taking a liberty just then, especially saying that this was a different circumstance for me.
Yes, I do.
If you ask someone to tell you something and then impart your own feelings without making sure they are ready to hear it afterwards, you are overriding their validation of feelings in that moment, whether you mean to or not, because it feels like a trap. You ask my opinion specifically so you have an opportunity to give yours. I did not ask for yours, Ajax, because I was not ready to hear it.
You're right. I'm sorry for imposing on you like that. I just think maybe since we've just, in a very short amount of time, gotten as close as we have, I got a little too comfortable. And that's my mistake. I just sometimes feel like you're the only one that will try to at least reason with situations. And in doing so, I looked past how you would probably feel about me speaking that way about a very serious and emotional situation for you. And I do apologize.
My problem, Ajax, is that now, for one of many things, the first people that understand my magic, I don't know if I can reasonably go back to. And the people I had been looking for so long, the first interaction we had after the conflict was over was making excuses.
You want to know something?
Sure.
They want you to come back. They're expecting you to. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Ajax, that means that they believe I would leave.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it as them recognizing that you were probably found yourself in a pack that wouldn't understand you as well as they would. And maybe it's time for you to go find that pack.
Maybe.
By the way, Song has a crush on you.
Isn't Song a child?
I don't know.
Song
Hey,
Song is a teenager.
Okay.
So like she is young, but I will also give you this insight just so nobody get all weird about this. Her older brother was giving her a hard time, is what that
Okay.
was. You know, where
Got
it's like,
it.
oh, because you have a little crush on your
Making
friend.
sure.
There.
yeah.
Yeah. Song is
Cool.
the youngest of the 3 siblings.
Got
So anything like that is not like appropriate. I'm sorry if I
Yeah.
didn't make that clear, but it was. This is Breeze being Breeze,
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty
which
sure
is
I got
as older brothers sometimes are, especially Twinkie older brothers, rude,
God.
Yeah.
sassy.
Ajax, I killed anything that I came across on my way here.
Why?
Because I was angry.
How do you feel now?
Angry.
Do you want to kill me?
No.
That's relieving, because you probably could.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry. I want you to know that.
I don't like excuses. But honestly, now I get why it's easier to just lie. And I don't like that either.
It's a tricky line to dance between. But I don't think there's a black and white for what's right and what's wrong. You just have to do your best. And sometimes our best isn't enough. Well, what's next for you think?
I don't know. I don't think I fit in there. Because of this thing in my chest. I don't know.
You know, I asked that question, but I don't think any of us do. But
Actually, there's one thing that I'm going to do.
what's that?
I'm going to find that snake a place to lay her eggs and feed her Roger.
I do not object. Well, no matter what you end up doing, just know that you always have a home with us, and a brother and me.
I'm glad you're not dead, Ajax.
My ass still hurts.
I'm gonna hand him 2 potions of healing.
Oh,
You'll need these more than I will, anyways.
yeah, you're probably right. I get beat up a lot.
Just in case I'm not around later. And start walking to the camp.
I will follow him.
When you get back to the camp, you see Nim and Rena kind of like conversing with each other, but you also see Lulu kind of like accosting Scorpio, and she says she's holding out actually to you, Scorpio, a ruby the size of her fist.
Where did you get that?
She's like, I'm retaining your services. No, I'm not giving it to you. I'm hiring you. You're fired. He's fired, and you have to come help me with my aunt now, and your honor demands it.
I don't know if I could be of help.
But you have to! And her, like, sticky hands are, like, all over your face, and she's, like, kind of tackled you. You're number one now! As she, like, climbs onto your shoulders. Therefore, you have to.
What do you need done?
I need to get that potion to my auntie. And in return, and now she, like, kind of, because she's, like, sitting on your shoulders, she kind of, like, swings around, so she's, like, hanging from your chin a little bit, like, kind of like a spider monkey, and she's like, and in return, I'll help you get your situation sorted.
Okay. And he'll, like, wrestle her down.
Warlocks.
Oh, God.
And then a pinky switch.
As your pinkies meet, you feel like almost like pop rocks, like between the two of you. Like you feel like energy, like kind of go, and like almost like a breeze kind of goes, like your hair moves.
Wow.
But you gotta help me.
Okay, where's the potion?
He has it. You have to give it, Valym, because you're fired now.
Oh, Valym, you're back.
I learned it from you. You said to use people and get what you need. Well, this is mine now. I bought it. She says, like, while she's on Scorpio. And he promised, and that's the contract in good faith.
Good job. Smart.
But I need the potion. Wait, you're gonna give it to me?
Yeah, sure. I promised you I would help your aunt. I'm at least honest.
See, he's honest. And
About
Scorpio
that.
will walk over towards to like bend down and let her get it.
She like
Oh,
gets
I don't
on
give
the
it to her.
floor.
I just said I would go. I just said I would help her aunt and go there. I'm not giving without the potion. I wouldn't like lycanthropy.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, you have to let us do it.
Maybe Valym can come with.
No.
Yes, I would love that.
No. What's warlock business?
Where lycanthropy is warlock business.
Yeah, in this case, yeah.
He's a monk.
No, he's not.
Yes, I
he is.
am.
No, he's not.
I don't. Do you see all of this?
You see, like, her iris, like, kind of grow to, like, cover even the whites of her eyes.
God, I hate that.
And as, you know, like, her eyes almost look like, they're not, like, all black because it's not her pupil. It's, like, her iris dilating, right? So they're, like, purple, like giant swirling pools of, like, amethyst. And as her eyes widen, she's like, I peeled back his braid like an onion, and I could tell you, he's not a monk.
Maybe put my brain back.
And then she like blinks and her eyes are normal again. What?
Can you put my brain back if you peeled it?
Oh, no, I left it all there, but yeah. We could go on an adventure and we could learn stuff. And I'll teach you my stuff and you teach me your stuff, like in the camp. And then we'll get that to my aunt and then we'll win at life.
Valym, if it's okay with you, I think
Valym's
I
making
might...
snoring dog sounds.
I might have to go do this.
That's fine.
And if you want to meet my aunt afterwards, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
But first, I have to earn your trust.
Fine.
She snaps it away and it like disappears almost as soon as she grabs it. But yeah, you gotta teach me how to smack things with my head and how to meditate.
Maybe one of those things.
And I'll teach you how to. And as she does, it does.
Love it.
That's so concerning. Why are children like this here?
Am I the only one that can't do stuff like this?
Yes.
I mean, I can't yet.
Yet.
Oh, you will.
And Scorpio looks.
There's something in your brain.
Scorpio looks directly at Valym. How are you?
I should probably go in the woods or I might kill people.
Okay. Be safe.
I will. They won't. I will.
And same to you, Nim. And Ajax. Thank you. I think Lulu and I can handle this.
The child that goes inside of a lantern.
Yeah.
Lulu, you scare me.
Why? Is
You
it
can-
because I'm a goblin? We've been over this, Valym. You've got
It's
to
not because you're a
expand-
goblin.
You've got to expand your worldview,
It's-
Valym. Are you gonna go hang out with that guy with the blue eyes? He was beautiful.
Oh, gods. Okay.
I peed a
worries.
little bit though because he was scary.
You pee too much.
I think maybe he was a hap
Green.
god.
A what?
A hap god.
I-
It was
Is
so
that stupid?
majestic. Like you
That's stupid
guys
as
look
breeds
like
a half-god, I
you know,
swear.
you guys look like schlubs, no offense. And he looked like an adult. I almost retained him to help, but I don't think he'd probably help me.
He was very pretty.
I hate this child. I hate children. That's not out loud.
I was gonna say, if you do, she's gonna call you number 3. All right, number 1, we gotta go. We have business.
Well-
It's almost a full moon.
Where will you meet us after?
Yeah, we could set a location.
Well, I
We
mean,
can meet. We can meet back at my mum's if you want, or
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
okay.
If we get there first, I'll send a letter.
Okay.
Valym,
Yes.
will you be there as well?
Probably.
Good. I hope so.
okay, 2
And
weeks
then-
from now, because it's really par, Scorpio. You're gonna have to run a lot because my feet start to hurt with these shoes. She like kind of climbs back on your back.
And Scorpio uses the momentum of her climbing, and he goes, first up, training, and sets her right back down.
Ah,
Come on.
no. Okay, maybe we trade. As like Scorpio.
We're already
ushers her along.
running.
Be safe, Scorpio.
Always
Oh my
have.
god. This is your Nim.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yep.
And Nim sidles up next to Ajax and just sort of leans on his shoulder. I'll go wherever you go.
I gave him a
Sure you
tattoo.
Rena.
You what? We had an agreement.
What was the agreement? I forgot.
We were gonna get them together after we told your mom.
Oh, well.
Wait, let me see it. Let me see the tattoo, please. It's on your horn. Okay. Wow. What? Wow. You're really good at that, Rena.
There's still
I have
time to get
practice.
one. Ajax.
Your mom's gonna kill me. All right, fine. Let's do it.
What do you want?
Well, I did say I wanted to get matching ones, but I don't have horns.
Get it on your tusk.
Oh, in your tusk?
On my tusk. The same thing as Nim's.
Yeah, she gives you like almost like a ring of like beautiful ornate, kind of like what you would see like on a cave painting, like a ring of fire around your tusk. It's a lot quicker to do because your tusk is a bit smaller than a horn. Yeah.
Well, how does it look?
Looks badass.
When did you learn that?
That was my bad. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Nim's growing up very fast.
I was talking about the Sultana, and I was like, oh yeah, and she's a badass, you know. So it's like,
The what?
oh my deity.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you talk about in regards to your deity?
Well, Nim was asking why I liked her, and you know, I was telling him how it was a story. Like you know, sometimes you fall in love with something from a story. There's all these stories we grew up with in my town, in my village, and you know, you always have like your favorite one, and mine was of a goddess who was battling a horrific demon of the depths and got so pissed off, she swung her battle axe down and clove him in two and split the earth in half, creating a canyon. And I was always like,
wow.
There's like gods of all kinds of stuff, but I want the god that can make a canyon, you know?
I get it.
Yeah.
Well,
or like,
maybe...
you know, the I was talking about the lady with the arrow who created the, you know, the river that split the mountains. Like, I don't know. I always think that like it's much better than like, you know, I make things grow. Like, sorry, Valym, but you know, like it's like sometimes I'm like, I would much rather, you know, like if I
think really
call
cool.
my god, you know, I kind of want to know that she'll have my back. You know, she'll like hold my earrings, or I'll hold her earrings, and we'll fight. Like, you know, it's kind of, there's comfort in that.
There's literally a fragment of the fire god in my chest, but I make things grow.
You know what? That was an unfair assumption about druids. I apologize. I don't know much about druids.
We were
Then
certainly.
Your ignorance was very keen right now.
I apologize, Valym. I apologize. I spoke out of turn.
Nature is what saved us today.
Those people want me to burn down a goddamn city, I swear.
I'm so sorry, Valym. You know what? I'm here to learn. First thing I'm going to do is access the Arcane Library and learn about Druidic craft. That way I don't speak out of turn again.
Yeah, there's a group of druids that exist very closely that follow one of the sisters.
Oh. I know about them.
Please never say those things to them.
Oh, I know better than that. I also know better than to set their forest on fire.
You realize how much more disrespectful that sounds when you say that to me then, right?
Well, I mean, but they are totally into growing stuff, though. So, I mean, like,
But you know better than to say it to them, and you know who they are.
Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I didn't really know you were like a druid. I didn't really know what your deal was. I'm because they're like these like there's like a bear, the earth sign. He wanders the woods. And I always assumed, that the druids were like these big, awesome, like, and you're so.
Valym is big and awesome.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
No, shut up. Shut up. It's fine. Rena is great at fighting.
Digging my grave and
yeah,
here,
yeah.
yeah.
You know what?
Rena,
I'll go find
You
Leanne
are
and we'll make
so
a nice
strong.
one.
You are so
Come on.
strong.
What'd you just say?
Rena,
You're strapping.
just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You're worse at lying than every other person I've met. And I call Lorelai out, and I just look at Rena, and there is definitely a look of disappointment. Don't worry. I'm gonna go grow things in the woods. And he slithers off.
So mysterious.
Bye, Valym.
I'm so sorry.
Why would you say that?
Well, the first day I met him, I just kind of thought he was like a pothead. I didn't know he was. He was like all out, so I just thought maybe he was like a farming guy. I didn't know. There was no way I could have known that.
Regardless if you knew or not.
He was high out of his mind, Ajax.
was.
I just thought
I
maybe
know.
he was an herbalist, okay?
I know.
I didn't realize he was affiliated with those guys because we learn about them in the schools I go to because we're not, you don't want to mistake a like an actual monster for a shapeshifter and kill them because
I feel like, from the outside looking in on that exchange,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it necessarily matters that he was a druid. Hearing you speak ill of them.
I wasn't trying to. I just, I'm sorry. It's I'm sorry. That was, it's. I just get really hype about my god.
Right.
But I'm a cleric and that's kind of our thing. So I just,
Do you remember?
I just get really excited and I'm like, my god can kick your god's ass because my god has a
Yeah.
battle axe and just,
Do you remember Sunflower and how much
Yes.
she said
I remember Sunflower.
bothered you? I think that just happened.
Not gonna lie, I would whip Sunflower's ass. Like, if given the option, like, I really didn't like her. Found her very distasteful.
Right. So you wouldn't necessarily want to be like her,
Damn it, Kate.
right?
Sunflower, whoop your ass, no cat.
That was pretty
Yes.
scary.
I'm gonna go get somebody to beat your ass. That's where he's going.
She just like talks a lot, It's like
Mm.
your power
Yeah,
comes
she
from
does.
yourself and not from your gods. I'm like, just because the gods leave you on red doesn't mean they leave everybody else. They're answering my calls.
Right. That's okay.
I feel really awkward. I hope I didn't make things worse for you and your friend.
Oh. I think space will be good, and Valym is one of the smartest people I've ever met. So I'm sure he will find what's best for him, and I hope I'm sure he's better at handling his emotions than I am. So
Find the last person in the woods and I eat him.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Straight to it.
Yeah, I don't eat him.
Little
Lorelai does.
Nim, that might not be true. Valym is emotionally, at least, still growing a lot.
mm.
But it's not at his fault. He just hasn't had as much experience as we have.
I mean, I don't think he would burn a forest down. Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. That's a lot.
Yeah, probably gonna have to
Rena?
deal with that at some point. Sup?
Rena,
Mm-hmm.
you still owe
I'm
me a date.
sorry.
You
I
still
know.
owe
I
me.
do, and I'm I feel bad, but I also feel like that like I took that aggro for you, Ajax, because
What
Valym seemed
aggro?
upset at all of you, you know,
What?
and now they can be
you
upset at
assumed-
just me.
No, Valym and I had a conversation, and
I don't know. When he rolled up to the camp covered in guts, I thought something was gonna go down.
it already went down.
Oh, well.
He's fine. He just rightfully was upset at a lot of things that happened today.
What
He
did
needs some time.
What did he do?
Valym?
Yeah.
What did he do when?
You said it went down.
Oh, yeah. I was referring to the deer that he brought.
Oh.
That I'm pretty sure he... Never mind. But he's fine.
To be clear, though, he never cleaned up his face or anything.
Yeah, and yes. Yeah, no, he's fine. He needs some time alone.
Well, I'm sorry either way.
Just save that for him. We'll be fine. Just know he takes things very personally and will not forget your face or name. Even if you didn't mean like, the most harm, he does not forget. Ever.
Come for that ass, Ironside.
Speaking of,
We all are.
so where do you intend to go from here? Looks like she's like helping you kind of like pack up your bags. Looks like you have a 2-week vacation.
He separates just a little bit just to get that little moment of privacy he's been trying to get for them the whole time.
Oh, you just like slink away just a little bit to like...
Yeah, like packing a little bit further.
Yeah. Looks like you got a 2-week vacation.
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out at least, but I've been considering visiting Cha Ironside at his monastery.
You're gonna visit Ironside's Abbey?
Maybe.
I've wanted to take lessons there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really like I don't meet the base requirements. But I have an interest, and she kind of like pats her mace. I have an interest, and he's one of the best.
Yeah, I don't really know much about them or him besides, Valym probably wants to kill him as well. But they had an interaction that, I can't really blame Valym. You'll love that story, actually. It was, wait, did you hear about what happened?
No, I just heard what little you guys said in front of Sister Saranda.
Yeah, long story short, one of his students apparently got upset at us, and the first time I actually met Scorpio and Valym, they have a friendly competition, the monasteries, and I think we may have made some troubling decisions with how we were trying to win that day of the competition, and it resulted in Bobbert, I think his name was. He knocked over one of Scorpio's barrels full of all of the alcohol and almost knocked over all of them. And in result of that, Valym put an axe in his back, almost killed him. I thought he died, to be honest. I'm sure he was done for. But fortunately, he wasn't. And we learned about a week later that he didn't forget about that. And they kidnapped Nim. not Cha, but Bobbert and two. I don't remember the others' names, but they kidnapped Nim, and apparently it was supposed to be something a little less dangerous than they entailed. But I don't know what levels of kidnapping there are. I think it's just kidnapping and kidnapping. They were trying to make excuses.
Yeah, shouldn't I be madder than him?
Yes.
Probably.
But
Goes back to packing.
But Valym and Shah had exchanged words, and I don't think Valym took too kindly to Shah's demeanor. But Shah promised us that the 3 students that were involved were going to get disciplinary actions that were necessary for the situation. And he invited me to come visit.
Wow. Well, if you're looking for like a, I guess, humble demeanor, Ironside or Sister Saranda are probably not your best bets.
Yeah.
He was the captain, you know. Captain. Defended this town against 3 campaigns.
Oh, wow.
They call him Ironside because they don't think he can die.
I'm going to tell Valym that.
He survived every battle he went into and came out the victor.
Wow. He said that I look strong. So that's a compliment, I guess.
I think he likes to surround himself with people that help him build his legend, you know?
We have to go see him now, Ajax. That would be perfect.
Yeah, I think we will.
Well, if you learn any pointers, please come back and tell me, because my mace game could use a little bit of work, and I have heard that when it comes to footwork and just technique, he's amazing.
I'm sure he's all right.
Sounds like a date.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, no, it does. You know what? Get into town a little bit early before your reunion at Nim's house. I'll be here. And we'll fight and see who wins. And at the end, whoever loses has to buy a slice of strawberry shortcake.
Deal.
Okay, bye. I gotta go.
She always does that. She just, bye, Rena.
She gives Nim a hug and a kiss on the forehead.
Bye, Rena.
And leaves.
Wow, you have to marry her.
Excuse me?
You have to marry her. Oh my goodness.
What? I mean, I'm not against the idea, but it's kind of moving fast, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't have to be right away. I can see it.
You can see it.
I see it. And he climbs on your back. Let's go.
All right.
With that, Nim and Ajax begin the long walk down the steps.
We hate elevators.
Yeah.
Back to Metaford. Scorpio with Lulu on your back. Make your way down the elevator and through the quarry. And she's kind of playing a tune as you walk, on with her mouth, to hype herself up as she's walking.
Good. I like the tempo.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do this the whole way.
Yep.
Cool. Good.
Lulio, that's her name.
What?
Team Lulio!
Team Lulio.
Lulio! She's calling it through the quarry so it like echoes.
Oh, maybe we survive. Shh.
And Lulu and Scorpio make their way east. And in the woods, Valym, will you roll me a d4?
Absolutely.
Don't get a 3.
That is a.
Don't get a 3.
Did you get
Why would you say that, Jasmine? Why would you actively say that out loud?
What'd you get?
A 3.
Oh.
Literally, you said don't get a 3 as I was rolling my die. It landed on a 3. Thank you for willing that into existence.
As you're wandering through the forest on a lolly lule low. For some reason I was gonna say lolly lule low. My brain went Metal Gear Solid. Lorelei. Yeah, as you're walking through the forest, you hear hoo hoo.
I'm not sure if that's an owl or a person asking who I am at this point.
If you look up, there's like, sure enough, an owl with ice blue eyes, looking down at you with judgmental eyebrows. It could have been any one of the 4. I said, don't get a 3.
You said it, Jasmine. That's the problem. You said it. I flip him off.
As you like flip him off, like he like glides down from the tree, and like before his feet hit the ground, he's like back in human form.
Hi, Breeze. Hello.
You're back.
I am.
He like kind of steps and like kind of matches your rhythm. And he's like, whatever little interest you have in my sister is probably going to have to stop. You're not a good influence. They need to focus, and you'll make them soft.
Sorry, I'm looking for how this is even relevant to me. What are you talking about?
Why are you still here? The
Because I'm
city's
looking for a
calling
place
you,
for a snake to
city
lay its
boy.
eggs.
Well, that's rather unexpected.
I actually care. I didn't come here looking for you or your sisters, and the only reason I came seeking out your sister was to make sure she had found her way back to her pack.
Should have let her figure it out on her own.
I don't abandon people that are kind to me. I don't abandon people I respect.
Why do you give respect so freely?
Because it's easier to take it away than it is to give it. Or it was. So I've been trying to learn otherwise.
I don't
Why
get
don't you
it.
give respect?
You have to do something to be worthy of respect.
How do you define what's worthy? Because you don't even get to define yourself as worthy. She does. So do you know what's worthy, or should it be her choice? Exactly. If you have to question it, that means you don't know for sure. And if you don't know for sure, then anything is possible. I don't have most of the answers, but I don't pretend I do. I don't care. I really don't. I just want to do what I can.
Well, I'll help you. I know these woods better than anybody else.
Thank you.
And your snake is a gorgeous animal. She deserves the best nesting. And I'm
It's
not
actually not
sure
my
a city boy like yourself could handle it. So I'm going to offer you my services as a gesture of respect and help your lovely beast here find a home, a nest.
It's not. Okay. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. Please, please do not call me a city boy. This is not the snake that I am looking for a place for. It is another giant constrictor snake, because apparently I have 2 in my life now.
That's probably why one's pregnant. I mean, that's kind of how that works.
They're both girls.
Oh, right.
Life finds a way.
Number 4, you are bold and powerful, and I respect that. But please, if you are going to be an egotistical asshole the whole time you are with me, I will wander on my own. You will help me find a better place, but please do not make the snake suffer and make me have to look for someplace on my own.
Okay, but then I have 4 conditions.
Sure.
It's fair turnaround.
The fuck? There weren't even conditions. Sure, go ahead.
Number 1.
Uh-huh.
I only call you city boy because you reek of the city. It lingers on you. It's the type of muck you have to live a week in the dirt to finally get off.
Okay.
But I'll stop. His nostrils flare a little. Number 2. I haven't been told I'm egotistical, but I'll do my best to be kind to you. What?
Don't you only spend time with your siblings, so chances are you wouldn't hear it?
I feel like they would tell me.
I don't think they would tell you.
Fair.
They
Number
probably
3.
respect and fear you.
You help repair some of the mess you made. Or your pack made. I understand you weren't directly involved.
Mm-hmm.
And 4, I want the clay in your bag. It's honestly the smell of that brought me here. If you give me half of it, I'll tell you how to use it.
Deal.
Look at that. We're already friends.
Breeze, was it?
Yeah.
You can call me Cinder then.
Cinder. All right. It's a bit, a little bit in poor taste given all that. But you know what? I'm not going to judge.
I tap my chest a little bit, see if I can get Pilar to come out.
Sure enough, you see Pilar kind of like peek out a little bit. And he's like, Big brother.
Yeah.
Older sister. This is awkward. It's like we're
Yeah.
related.
A little bit. Maybe that's why we bicker so much. I was told that
Like brothers.
family does this, apparently.
Well, and he like turns back into a snowy owl and like kind of kicks the way.
Do that, you asshole. I don't try to keep up.
And that'll be where we draw today's session to a close in just a little over 3 hours.
I hate him.
I like him.
Yeah.
Does Valym like anybody, man?
No, he doesn't like Valym. He likes Rena. He liked Rena until Rena decided to come in his whole life.
Okay, in Rena's defense, Rena thought he was like a weird pothead guy.
That's not a good defense. That's just naivety and ignorance. She still asked for it.
He thought he was an herbalist.
Well,
Like, yeah, he's one of those pot farmer people that worships the plant god.
God, this is why Valym kills people. Like this right here.
Oh, man.
How are we
Yay.
all feeling at the conclusion of our...
We didn't die.
You didn't die.
did not die.
We
You
didn't
did
die.
not die.
Number one goal.
We're hitting level 3.
Ooh.
So for our audience, this is my way of helping everybody kind of get like we could sink into some more character development and explain narratively level ups. I've developed this sort of system with my players where, since this is an ongoing campaign instead of like a mini series, the next episode is actually going to be the first of a series of one shots. And this is going to be, well, we haven't scheduled out all the one shots yet, but they're going to be maybe 2.5 hour one shots. But this might be the last time you see some of our players for the next 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. Yeah. So it'll be, we're doing a series of 3 one shots. It's going to be Scorpio's one shot, Valym's one shot, and then Ajax and Nim, since Nim is a little too young to adventure on their own. And, yeah, after that, we'll come back and we'll have a wonderful reunion at Nim's house.
Yay.
So, yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah. So
Oh,
everyone,
I know we're, like,
gonna
not
level up on the vacation. It's gonna be.
I know we're like not necessarily supposed to watch each other, but I kind of like want to watch each other's episode.
You're supposed to take 2 weeks off, Joseph.
Okay.
I mean, she's allowed to do whatever she wants in her spare
That's true.
time, Jasmine.
You too, Gabe. You're supposed to take time off. That way you don't get tired of this game.
What else do you think I do?
No, it's such a good system. Jasmine is a genius. When she told us about this, we're like, oh my god,
So
yeah. Our campaign keeps going. You guys get to watch stuff when we get a break, even though it's ongoing. Like it's genius.
And for those of you who feel like you've fallen behind on the episodes and stuff like that, this is mostly for our YouTube crowd. We're gonna design the one shots to where they'll be super fun to watch, but if you don't have time to watch them, if you just tune in for the next recap episode, our players are going to come together, maybe resolve some of their dreams. But I think this is especially good right now because, sometimes like in real life, when you fight, you need space so you can come together and like really resolve that. I feel like characters need that too.
So they can have experiences to bring together again.
Yeah. I did not initially plan, and we'll say this, I have the rough outlines of your one-shots already. I thought it was going to be Lulu and Valym, but Lulu and Scorpio actually makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah.
And Valym called Lulu stupid. And so that... And Lulu is fickle, much like her patron. So that it made sense to be like, it just naturally happened that Scorpio and Lulu bonded over the last episode and this episode, and so it's gonna be Scorpio and Lulu traveling in the desert. Oh my god!
Very excited for this next level because who knows? Maybe cross-classing.
Maybe a little multi-class. And Valym gets to spend time with Breeze. It was going to be one of the 4.
I think that's the best option, though.
I love that.
You don't get to say that. Neither of you get to say that.
Why?
You don't have to talk to him.
As a fan.
But we get to watch.
He's an asshole. He's the worst. And Jasmine, you said don't, like, if you hadn't said it, I wouldn't have rolled it. But you had to say don't get a 3. And I look at it and I'm like, that's a 3. That's
Jasmine
a 3
is a
on the
god.
die. That's worse. That's worse.
And Nim and Ajax are going to go seek training under the watchful eye of One Chaw Ironside.
Got me fucked up.
I look forward to meeting him again.
Yeah. Me too.
Right.
I don't know.
He's next.
Gabe is Valym's not.
Yo, you better never tell him. You better never tell him. Where'd you learn that?
Oh
Just
my
a line.
It up.
Scorpio.
Line again.
Scorpio taught me this one.
Yeah,
don't know
that's
how to do
dope.
that.
Yes, you forgot, man.
Oh,
You taught me.
That sounds like me.
All right, let's do some cast shout outs while I pull up some really great fan art.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start in order of the overlay. Go for it, Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games across the internet. I don't know anything about myself. I do cosplay, voiceover, game design, a bunch of other stuff. I'm on this show. I don't think I'm really doing any other shows right now because I said I like sleeping, so I've been sleeping more.
Didn't you just do a great one?
But yeah, the
Your one shot.
Didn't
Your
you just
one-shot.
do an awesome one?
I did a one shot for the CR Foundation, not yesterday, Saturday. It's Tuesday. It was a lot of fun. It's up on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GabeJamesGames. You're all beautiful, and I appreciate you. And I don't know, like, drink water. I don't know. This episode was a lot, y'all.
I'm
got the hell down in my head.
Don't worry, we're gonna check in with my players afterwards, make sure everything's good.
There's so much happening. I can't process information.
I love all of you, and I hope we're all good. Go ahead, take it away, Xander.
Yes, I'm Xander Jeanneret. You can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F all over the internet, including Twitch and Twitter. I remember something that we have together, Gabe. At the end of this week on Friday, we're doing Starfinder.
That's right. That's right.
We're doing a special one-shot called Band on the Run. So we're going to be playing a band on a Starfinder ship just out in space.
Oh, fun.
It's 6 p.m., right?
6 p.m. Pacific time
Pacific time. Yep.
on the official Paizo channel.
On the run.
Yeah.
All right.
That is
Josephine?
happening. It's on my calendar.
Josephine?
That's all.
They keep cutting you off, but I think you said Josephine.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Josephine. You can find me at JCVIM on Twitch, on Twitter. We just wrapped up Eclipse, which was the mothership RPG that I produced and was in with Jasmine and Alex Ward and a bunch of lovely people. And now it's basically just a mini series that you can check out if you're into horror sci-fi that's on YouTube. We do still have the Tiltify up for this week. If you want to contribute to NAMI, that would be lovely. And otherwise, I'm just, here and just chilling and existing.
I love all these people. Valvin?
I am Balvin, LordBalvin on everything, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that. I stream. I'm trying to stream more than I'm less busy than I used to be. But if you want to find me, Twitter's probably the best place for that. But my big thing, same thing as the past 4 or 5 weeks, is the GTA role-playing server that we have every weekend. It is called TSRP. It is a really cool and interesting thing to watch. Think of GTA 5, but with no chaos and actual story, that people playing characters and stuff like that. It's very cool. And there's a lot of people that stream it now from a bunch of different perspectives. But if you want to watch it, just look up TSRP on Twitter or Twitch, and you'll find all of the great streamers on there. Bronze streams on there as Katarina King, our judge of the city. And whenever he can, Gabe James Games plays as her son.
I did actually stream a little bit too, and I just didn't keep the vibe because I was doing mischievous stuff.
Oh.
Well, Lucian King, the judge's son, trying to help the city, but also destroy it at the same time.
Soon to be city councilman. I have my members.
Soon to be city councilman who apparently pushes drugs on the side as well. But regular things. But
Yeah.
TSRP, support that if you want to support it.
Yeah, too.
All right, we've got just a couple pieces of fan art here. There we go. First off,
the animated.
the
yeah,
animated
the
ninja.
incomparable Riley O'Malley did all of us in GIFified form. I
love it. That's how he's going through the desert.
Oh my God, now I'm just thinking more and more about how Lulu and Scorpio are going to be absolute chaos. Because that's how she's going through the desert too. Just imagine a little goblin here making that weird ass tune
Matching.
and doing it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think I definitely think Valym's
You're
is
so
the most
cute.
peaceful.
And with the Pilar too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Pilar's eyes like that.
Oh, baby.
Seems like the most peaceful. And then this piece by Dying City of a
Is that
very
Scorpio? Oh,
that's
Leander.
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 Do you want? We want a Scorpio version, apparently.
It could have been.
That is amazing. That's hilarious.
That makes more sense.
Very saucy Leander. And
What I
then-
like about it was Xander's excitement.
Is that Scorpio?
and then also by Dying City,
Wow.
Nim and the Wolf with the burning forest.
Oh,
So that's
dang.
Valym, I found out. That is Wolf Valym when he was looking at Nim and then he walked by.
Oh,
Yep.
that's even better, honestly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
With
That's-
the steam rising off the trees.
That's good. Damn.
Wow.
This episode was a lot, y'all.
Yeah.
God, why it's your fault. Why can't y'all just not set the forest on fire and do all this? Don't care about your characters.
Yo, it was a dice. If I could have just found my way out.
Yeah, and failed on your fire signal.
Right.
That one was way too.
We were already on our way.
No, I
Oh,
was
yeah, but
trying
we
to
weren't
find my
able-
way out. I did multiple
Yeah.
dice rolls before you guys arrived.
No, I
Totally
know.
was.
I'm just saying, you could have just stayed lost. We were on our way. I was sniffing you out. That's why I was a wolf when we met.
And Nim can read minds now.
Aw.
No, I just said. You know, man.
I bet you
He's
for
a
as much.
teenager.
I bet you for as much as we're like, this is a lot. This is really heavy. The audience is probably like, drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drama. Yes.
I thought it was great.
I loved
Me
it.
too.
It was
Yeah,
so good.
others.
Y'all were so good. Everything was so amazing. I guess I'll do my sign off and then we'll call it. Hi, I'm Jasmine ThatBronzeGirl Bhullar. I stream on this channel. If you're here, you know who I am. If you love this show, tell your friends. It's great. I think it's a great show. Have a
Sorry.
wonderful night. When we see you next week, we'll be embarking on the first of our 3 one-shots.
Woo!
Bye.